All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ASAP in the morning. It is April 19th, 2022. I am joined by Jonathan. Jonathan, how you doing today, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? It's good to be on with you. It's been a minute, Pride. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. It definitely has been a minute. You know, they work you like a slave out there. They work you like a slave. Free my boy Jonathan. Fredo, what it do, baby? Got a packed show for y'all. Usfl had a game yesterday. We will get into that. Denzel Ward is now the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. Good deal or bad deal, we'll figure it out. Plus, DeMarcus Cousins has said some comments that kind of make people realize that he's at the tail end of his basketball career. But before all of that, obviously, we are still in the first round of the playoffs. There were 3 games last night, right, Jonathan? There were 3 games?
Yeah, there were 3 games last night, and only one of them were competitive.
Right. Yep. So the Raptors handled the 76ers handled the Raptors 112-97 to take a 2-0 lead. The Mavs ended up fending off the Jazz to win 110-104. Brunson had the game of his life, dropping a cool 41, which, if I'm not mistaken, is his career high. Hats off to the kid. And Golden State obviously still maintained control, beating the Nuggets 126-106. Jonathan, let's start with the Raptors and 76ers. Tobias Harris gave you another 20 points, which is something they need. I mean, Joel Embiid, obviously, with his 31. Maxey gave you another 23. I want to ask you something, because this is something I've kind of been thinking about. Now that you got Tobias Harris starting to step up, Joel Embiid still doing his Joel Embiid stuff, and it seems like Maxey is starting to fill that role of a scorer. James Harden went 14, 6, and 6 in 41 minutes. Is that even a concern, considering the fact that you finally have Tobias Harris playing at the potential you should have been, and then you have the emergence of Tyrese Maxey?
Well, with the emergence of Tyrese Maxey and with Tobias Harris finally showing up, I mean, this team is deep. They have scorers that can show up on different nights, and I mean, if James Harden has an off night and other guys pick up the slack, it's not such a huge deal, you know. And that's what it should be all about anyway. Total team effort. And the Sixers have other weapons other than James Harden and Joel Embiid. We just key in on those guys because we know that they are the dynamic superstars on that team. And those are the ones that everyone keep their eyes on. Those 2 guys particularly. But you have other guys on this team that can score and step it up. Tyrese Maxey has been impressive. You know, he's having, an amazing postseason so far. And this Sixers team is talented. They're more physical than the Raptors, of course. And, that size and physicality can wear down a team like Toronto. And it has done just that. But to answer your question, James Harden having a night off, that's not too big of a deal if other guys are stepping up, showing up on time, and that's what we're seeing with the Sixers team. I know the pressure is on James Harden because, look, they traded for him, they brought him in, and the ultimate goal is to win now. That's why they made this trade. That's why they gave up future assets and trade picks to get James Harden, because they're all in it now. They're in win mode now. But it's not that big of a deal when you have other guys stepping up, and hopefully that continues for the Sixers. If so, the series will be over quick.
Yeah, my only concern really is because again, it's the first round. You know what I mean? I'm not fully concerned now. My concern is if we start getting to the Eastern Conference semifinals, if we get to the Eastern Conference finals, and James Harden is continuously still giving you 14 to 16 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I would be. That's why I would be have some type of concern because, again, you traded everyone. Like you traded a lot to get James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
When if you didn't do that, you still could have kept Andre Drummond, who again you could say is the best backup center in the league. You still could have kept Seth Curry, who has been playing great for Brooklyn. Like you could have done all that. So to get James Harden and for him to basically only give you 14, I mean, they're winning. So it's the first round. So I'm not too crazy. But again, you're gonna need him later down the road. There's gonna be
you're gonna need him to respond. You're gonna need him to definitely have a bounce back performance, and hopefully that comes sooner than later because you want him to have that offensive rhythm going before it gets into the Eastern Conference Finals. You want him to be putting up those points and stacking up the scoreboard, But we'll see. I think he'll be fine. We all know that he has a tendency to choke up big games, and that could be the Sixers' worst nightmare right there if he goes AWOL again, and that is concerning, Pride, because we know his history and we know what happened in Houston once before that he went AWOL and he didn't show up in a pivotal game 6 or a pivotal game 7 when the games really matter and when they truly count. So yes, James Harden, there's a lot of pressure on this man's shoulders. There is immense pressure.
Right, and like you said, go ahead.
And this whole Sixers organization, including the people in the front office. Daryl Morey, he gave, like you said, he gave up a lot to make this deal happen. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't pay off in the end, then it's a huge bust.
Yeah, 100%. So Joe said something interesting. The Sixers are playing like a good team, which is true. They don't have to be great until they play better opponents. And I do understand that logic, but here's my concern. If one of your main focal pieces, this is a series where where he has to at least give you 20. If he can at least show you, hey, look, you still got to respect me. It almost seems like when James Harden gets his points, it's almost as if he gets them because he has no other option. Like, because it's almost as if every time he has the ball, he's looking to get rid of it. Not because it's the right play, not because of the best interest of the team. The vibe I'm getting is it's almost as if he doesn't really want the ball. And then when he has no choice, and then he'll make a move when he has no choice whatsoever. So don't get it twisted. I'm not knocking the Sixers at all. Again, two very controlling wins they got. They're probably going to get 2 more controlling wins and sweep. Maybe Toronto gets lucky and they get a game. Cool. Over in 5. It is what it is. But this is one of those series where James Harden is going to have to find some type of rhythm, because if he doesn't, I don't know. Amon says the way Tobias Harris has been playing is huge for the 76ers going forward, but Celtics in 5. Amon, you already know the vibes. Boys, Celtics in 3. I don't know if you saw me on Facebook. I was acting such a mess after we won game 1. Like I was so immature. I was just so dumb. I had somebody message me and he was like, bro, you're living in the moment. I was like, that's how you live, God. Like, let me live, man. Like, let me live.
That final possession was well executed.
I loved it.
It was great awareness by everybody on the floor.
Everybody passed up good shots for a better shot.
Right.
Especially Jaylen Brown passing up a better shot for the best shot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Very unselfish pass to get the job done at the end.
Yes.
And what a shot by Tatum. Gets it off just in time.
That little spinning, but oh my God.
Well, that was some game. That was a remarkable game.
110%. But yeah, so Amon says all the Nets needed was a bucket or a stop. They gave up 2 layups and a contested three. And that's and honestly, that's something that's been really the Nets' flaw, where they already struggle playing defense, but when they get a roll happening on them, they give up defense and then they try to go bucket for bucket with you. Now, you got 2 guys who can go bucket for bucket, and it's fine, but sometimes when you make those easy shots just a little more difficult, that's all you really need to give yourself an opening. So, Joe, there it is. Jeez, I just had a mental cramp. Joe says James Harden thinks he's Prince, he is Prince, and the Chappelle Show skit. This bores me. Is his attitude? And here's the thing: it could be the fact that it's the Raptors. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody wanted to play the Raptors, and it's not because they're good. Nobody wants to play the Raptors because the Raptors literally give you the most boring series possible. Like, let's be honest. Like,
that's crazy to think that too. It's true, but it's crazy when you consider that everyone on this team can really score. All 5 of their starters can put up points.
Yep. 100%. So, and that's kind of the kind of the weird thing. Like I said,
They're not flashy names. That's probably why too.
No, they're not. But again, they're solid. You know what I mean? They're solid. But again, like in the playoffs, they're not like. Come on, right. You know what I mean? Like and it's a shame too to say that, but it's just kind of the reality of the situation. Combine that with the fact that now they're starting to, now combine the fact that they're starting to show injuries, which it's part of the game. You know what I mean? It sucks that it's happening for them now, but it's part of the game. It's unfortunate for them, but this just kind of does, again, even at full health, this was going to, like, whoever the Raptors play, they were going to be a boring out. Let's just be honest. Like the 8th seed, I think, is Atlanta, and they're more interesting as the 8th seed.
Oh, of course.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So it's like, it could be that, because again, Joe brought up a great point. It just could be the fact that he's just bored with the series, because again, it's the first round, it's Toronto. Who cares, right?
And you don't want to put too much wear and tear on your body when you have heavier opponents, standing in your way coming into the next round, and the competition is going to become more stiffer. So you're going to have to be in game mode by the time those series roll around.
And it could be that he's starting to learn that, maybe the reason he flames out in the playoffs, maybe it's just the fact that not only is he going nuts the entire regular season, but then he's going nuts by himself, essentially. Well, at least that's how he's playing. He's playing like he's by himself for the first and second rounds, which kind of leads him to start getting burnt out. Maybe he's starting to see that, and in his mind, he's like, look, let me just relax. Let me just play okay. That could be it. That could be the reason. Now, I don't know what it is. We don't know, but it could be that. It could be that. Damien says, funny how Raptors came from a championship scary team to an injury team that no one is scared of. Well, first of all, they lost their best player in Kawhi Leonard. So,
right.
And then they lost their heart and soul guy in Kyle Lowry, who, sure, he's not the best, but when you've been in a team for that long, doesn't matter what your skill set is. When you leave, you're going to feel it. For the Miami Heat, Udonis Haslem doesn't play a lick. But when he leaves, they're going to feel it. Because you just had that guy for so long.
He's that veteran presence, too, on the bench.
Right. Exactly, right? So you're going to feel it. And 2, they won. Sure, they did. But we also need to put context. Clay and KD's body just gave out. I'm not saying that to strip Toronto of their championship. I'm just saying you need to include context.
Right. You're not diminishing what they
at all. Because injuries are, as much as we hate it, injuries are a part of the game. Like when you have your body at that top shape for that long, eventually your body's just going to break down. It's unfortunate, but it's just the reality of the situation that, more times than not, your body's just going to break down.
Yeah. And there was times in that series that Golden State, they let their foot off the gas pedal.
Right.
And they just, ran out of fuel, it seemed like. And not Kyrie, but Kawhi Leonard was just the overall better player. He put that team on his back and, led that team to an NBA championship. Without him, the Raptors don't even get to the NBA finals that year. But that was a remarkable run. And they took advantage of Leonard while he was there,
Yep. Which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's definitely what you're supposed to do. So, but the next game, the one that frankly I think shocked certain people. We were talking about this game yesterday, and it's kind of funny because Dustin said, "Let Jalen Brunson have his opportunity, and you guys will be like, the Mavs will have somewhat of a fighting chance." Jalen Brunson had his opportunity, dropped 41. Hats off to him. Dallas ended up winning 110-104. After seeing this, by the way, on the other side, Donovan Mitchell gave you 34. Bogdanovich gave you 25. Do you have any faith at all that Dallas can make this a legitimate series? Or do you think this is just the one win they were going to get to lose in 5?
I think they could make this a series, and here's why. Donovan Mitchell is not playing to his full capabilities. At least I haven't really seen him perform at a high level. And
really?
he's going to have to play a lot better. I know that's unfair to say because it's an entire team, right? But he's going to have to really go into attack mode if this team's going to have a chance, because look what Bronson and Maxi Kleber are doing. And they don't even have Luka on the floor. It's really remarkable what we're seeing from these guys. And I know it's usually an overreaction to say this about a game too, but that was a must win last night for Dallas. I felt like if they lose that game, it possibly would have been over for them going back to Utah. So they had to protect home court. They did manage to get one before the series now shifts over to Utah, where it's going to get more interesting. But with their star player on the sideline by a calf strain, the Mavericks, they just played consistent basketball last night. And Jalen Brunson, to me, is one of the best ball handlers, and he has really had the game of his life last night. I mean, that was a big game for him. He stepped up in a game of that magnitude. And, and then you have Maxi Kleber knocking down threes. He goes 8 of 10 from 3. Just a remarkable all-around game from both of those guys. So I think the Mavericks got a chance in this series. I don't think the series ends in 5. I think the series could possibly go to 6 or 7 games. But Donovan Mitchell, he can't fold in the final quarter. He's going to have to be able to close out games and play his best basketball. And, I think if Utah's going to win this series, it comes down to Donovan Mitchell.
Just real quick, Rob, what up? Just in case I don't know, Rob right now, he ain't feeling so good. Thoughts and prayers to you, Brody. You'll be good. Come back. Just please come back quick so that way I can yell at you. By the way, Chicago sucks, Rob. That was for you. Damian says, do y'all think it's stupid to start Simmons in game 2? Don't y'all think it's too early to start him? We will talk about that in a few minutes. Just hang on to that question, Damian. Keep that in the back of your head. When we get to the Celtics and Nets and we start talking about predictions, bring that back up because we'll touch on it. I feel like you're being a little too hard on Donovan Mitchell. I really do. Okay, I get it. Donovan Mitchell, he dropped 34. Can we talk about Mike Conley giving you 0?
Yeah.
Can we talk about him going over?
That's not good.
Do you know what I mean? Because again, they lost. Okay, quick maths. Again, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Just real quick maths.
You're smart.
110 to 104. They won by 6, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Conley took 7 shots, right? He went 0 for 3. He went 0 for from the floor and from the 3. If he makes just 2 threes, it's tied.
Yeah, he's gonna have to return to his old self.
Well, I don't even think he needs to be his old self. He just needs to give you something.
Yeah,
like last game, he gave you something off the floor. He gave, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to talk about like Mike Conley like he's a relic and like he's washed or nothing, because he's solid in the role that he plays in Utah. But in game 2, he was horrible in terms of shooting the ball. No, he was safe with the ball. He didn't have any turnovers. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I mean, granted, Donovan Mitchell didn't have the best shooting night. You know, he went 13 for 50. You know, not the best. You know what I mean? He struggled from the 3-point line, 3 for 10. You know, but when a guy is giving you, you know what I mean? Like he gave you 34, Bogdanovich gave you 25, and then Jordan Clarkson gave you 21. After that, it's Royce O'Neal who gave you 12, right? Then it goes Rudy Gobert with 8. House Jr. gave you 2, and then Whiteside gave you another 2. So it's like, if Mike Conley just gives you a couple buckets, we're probably having a completely different conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like changes the whole narrative of the series and everything. Absolutely.
Right, because again, like, and I get what you're saying. You know, Donovan Mitchell is the superstar of that team, so he needs to wear it. So I get where you're coming from in that aspect, but it's not like he's not hooping. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? He's still hooping. He's still balling. So it's like if you want to give him some responsibility, again, I get it. It's fine. I'm not going to bash him completely because, like I said, not only is he showing up, but then you have another guy in Mike Conley who, I don't care what anyone says. If you disagree, you don't know what you're talking about. It's very integral to what the Utah Jazz are doing. He's a very important and vital piece to what the Utah Jazz are doing.
And
he has a specific role.
Rudy Gobert too.
Defensively.
Yes.
Defensively.
And yeah, he has to.
Because offensively, he ain't worth a lick.
No, he's not. He should be for a guy of his size. He should be. But
I don't know. He should be, but evolving your game is something really hard to do. You got to put in the work.
Right.
And I don't see Rudy Gobert as the type of dude who would do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's not gonna, you know, he seems content with his game.
Exactly. Like, yeah, right. Like he is who he is, and he got paid. Listen, I say the same thing. I say the same thing to him about what I say to Ben Simmons. When you pay a guy that much, and you basically tell him how you are is perfect,
right?
You then can't expect the guy to evolve his game and try to get a little better and work on something new.
Well, yeah,
it's difficult to expect that from a guy when you basically just paid him and you told him, you know,
okay,
we like you how you are.
Here's your work. Yeah, we're content with where you are.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's like, you know,
just go out there and block some shots for us, and we're good.
Right. You know what I mean? And then people, and I said this earlier because I said this yesterday because I was talking to Dustin. People are shocked because game 1 he only had one shot attempt or something like that. He only had 2 points, and people were confused. And I'm like, what do you expect? When's the last time Rudy Gobert had a post game? Like he does, like that's not him. That's not in his wheelhouse. Ronald.
Too many shots of Jack Daniels.
You good. You partying up because you guys are up 2-0, huh? Living your best life. We're about to join you in that 2-0 club in a little bit.
Oh my God. All them kicks in the background. Send me a pair. I see them green and white J's right there. I want those.
Yeah, I got quite a few, man.
A few.
Too many.
I'm saying, bro. This man said I got a few.
I see.
We're talking about the Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks.
The Jazz.
You said what?
I said the Jazz are ass money. Spider Mitchell to New York, baby. Free Spider.
Free swag now.
Can I be honest? I don't think Donovan Mitchell leaves if Rudy Gobert gets traded. I do believe that Utah's going to have.
Name one team in the NBA who wants Rudy Gobert.
I can't name one.
Who are the worst defensive teams in the league?
The Rockets, Orlando Magic.
There we go. I mean, well, no, I can't say that because the amount of his money, like, I don't know if it's even really worth it because I don't know.
I don't want Rudy. No. In Utah, sir.
See, they shot themselves in the foot, bro. Because like listen, a lot of people. I will swear to God, I will post free agency. I'm gonna be a bandwagon fan. Next, if that happens, I will abandon the season. Whoever's the number 1 seed, that's gonna be my new team. Swear to God, like I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna be straight like that. But Donovan Mitchell, him dipping is becoming a legitimate reality with each passing microsecond, bro. It's wild, bro. It's insane, bro. By the way, Rob, we love and miss you too, Brody.
Get well, Rob. Get well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Feel better soon, man.
I understand I'm scary, bro. I understand, you know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people like to talk with me, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm a scary dude. You know, you know, you can't even escape me in death, Rob, because you know, I'll still find you. So you can't get away from me, brother. Damien says Rudy Gobert equals Russell Westbrook.
Stop it.
No.
In terms of not being tradable because of the contracts, I guess.
Yeah.
But even then, at least Rudy Gobert gives you defense.
Maybe not adjusting their style of play, maybe. I don't know.
Well, either or can't really adjust their style. Like Rudy, at this point, Rudy Gobert is who Rudy Gobert is. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like the dude is just not gonna.
Yep.
Like Ron, I was saying this earlier. People are shocked that Rudy Gobert only had like 1 shot attempt in game 1, and I'm like, bro, that's two shot attempts too many. This guy is not a bucket. Like, he has no paint. He got no post move whatsoever. He struggles with free throws. So it's like, offensively, what he's supposed to do, he can't do it. The only thing he really does is putbacks. That's really it.
I literally cannot think of an NBA franchise that he fits with.
Robert said the Lakers.
No, you have to go with an offensive firepower. The Lakers need 3-point shooting. Stop it.
The Lakers need a prolific guard.
The Lakers need everything.
First, they need to hire a new coach. That's number 1 on the list. Then they need to start thinking about.
If David Fizdale's not the coach by the end of the week, we need to burn LA to the ground.
I literally can only think of the Nets because they got KD and Kyrie, but they would have to get rid of Ben Simmons because they can't.
That's the thing. So, and would you even want to get rid of Ben Simmons?
No, because he.
And at the same time, remember, you also have Andre Drummond.
Oh,
so yeah, it's like
both of them.
Exactly. Like, you might have to give up both of them, and it's like, do we really want to do that? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where things get a little tricky.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I maybe it's just me. Maybe again, it's a possibility we're not looking at everything. But as of right now, if you want to trade to get Rudy Gobert, the trade is going to be extremely tricky because not only you got to make the money match, but Utah is still trying to push Rudy Gobert as a superstar. Like, this is what Philly should have done when they wanted to trade Ben Simmons. Regardless of what happens, keep pushing your guy as a superstar, and you'll be able to trade him. Utah is handling this situation as best as they possibly could. They're riding it out. They're going to see what happens. Yeah. They're not bashing him. They're not saying it's his fault, right? When they eventually lose, because, you know, they're not going to win. When they eventually get bounced out, we're going to listen to the exit interviews. Everyone's going to say, you guys they did great. We love them, et cetera, all that stuff. And they're going to protect his stock.
Man.
And they're going to protect it so that way when you go to trade him, it's much more easier and you can get more.
I bet the Jazz -5, thinking they were gonna win by 10 easily. Never again, Pride. Never again.
No, there are 3 teams in the NBA I will never bet on. 3. At first it was only 1, but now there's 3. The Lakers, because
I learned
as
my
much as I
lesson.
love LeBron, I have to hate them. I gotta vote. I gotta go against them. I have no choice. I'm sorry, Jonathan, but I have to.
No,
I have
I'm
choice.
with you. It's a poorly run organization right now.
No. Even prior to this, because I'm a Celtics fan, right? So I have no choice.
Right.
I can, you know what I mean? Like, I just cannot, right? Like, I can say, sure, they'll win, but if you tell me to put my money where my mouth is, I'm gonna. If you told me during their championship run, and you told me to bet, I would have bet on Phoenix sweeping them. Like, that's how anti-betting I gotta be for the Lakers. I have no choice, right? That's 1. 2, the Jazz. Because every single time you believe in them, they let you down. They're like my ex. That's all it is, bro. Like,
Who's 3? The Knicks?
no, I will bet on Miami.
Ooh.
I will never bet on Miami. I made that one mistake once 2 years ago. Never in my life will I make that mistake again. I've never been so let down, so disappointed, so upset ever in my entire life. So I refuse to bet on them again. Like the Knicks, if I bet on the Knicks, I understand, all right, look, there's a legitimate chance I'll probably lose. So I can mentally prepare myself for that. You know what I mean? I know there's someone.
This year's Miami Heat, though, they're making a case.
Case of what? Case of beer? Because that's what they're going to be drinking after they get booted. What you talking about?
I don't know, man. If Duncan Robinson keeps playing the way he's playing, and if everyone knows their role and they,
real quick, Gritty, you should be the last one saying this because you've been bragging about the Niners for how long? You should be the last one saying this, bro.
Why can't you be happy with the Celtics?
Yeah, let us have our fun. That's it. Let us enjoy our moment. Just let us. That's it. Let us enjoy our moment. But back to you, Jonathan. They are enough. And I had somebody cry about it in the comments yesterday. Imagine comparing the Heat to the Jazz when the Jazz never win the finals. You're a moron. And it's kind of funny because I hit my rebuttal when he left. I guess being able to debate with people is hard for some people. But
on the actual show, or in the comments?
Yeah. 100%. I was right there in the comments. 100%. Type what I typed, left, never came back. It is. I don't care. I said what I said and I meant it. Look, they're the Utah Jazz 2.0. A couple years ago when they had, and I've been consistent with this for a while. I've been saying this for like, what, 3.5 months now? Like, they're a waste of the number 1 seed. They're going to get the number 1 seed, do absolutely nothing with it, and then just shrug your shoulders.
I don't know.
And Jonathan, you don't have to know because I do know. That's why I'm telling you. You don't have to know. But that's why I'm here, Jonathan. That's why I'm here. To let you know. Oh, here's a crybaby. He said your mother's a moron. Which again, oh well, keep crying. The Heat aren't the Jazz. You just got hate in your heart, bum. Again, I'm saying factual stuff. You're getting deep in your feelings and you're crying because
the Heat got a better supporting cast for 1 than Utah, and 2
they're the same.
And that's not to take anything away from Quinn.
They're the same.
They're
the same.
Great job.
They're the same. Listen, you want to see the good in everything. You want to, and that's okay to see the good in everything at times. But there's times that you need to understand that this team is not a championship team at all. They're a literal waste of a number 1 seed.
But they were in the finals 2 years ago.
You said what?
They were in the NBA finals 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. 2 years since then, we're here. That's the equivalent. Jonathan, that's the equivalent. Hold on, Jonathan. That's the equivalent of you saying your Lakers team is good this year because 2 years ago, y'all won the chip. We're not talking about 2 years ago anymore.
We're talking about now, and look how the Heat have played
right now.
They
That's what I'm talking about.
1 seed in the East,
and that's fine. And what was it last year before last? Utah Jazz was the number 1 seed, and not a single soul cared. Not a single soul was afraid of him.
I still think the Heat's losing to the Hawks.
Think about it. What number 1 seed are we talking about losing to an 8 seed? The last time we said that.
I will admit this though. I did pick the Hawks to beat them in the first round.
So
I will say it.
Let's be honest. When is the last time we thought an 8 seed could beat a 1 seed? There was only one time that I can remember, and that was when the Celtics had the number 1 seed. Which again, I say we are 110% the biggest. 110%. We are one of the top 3 biggest wastes of a number 1 seed ever.
Because I do.
When we were led by Isaiah Thomas, and we almost lost to Chicago. It took Rondo getting hurt and D Wade having to get tired from carrying all the weight for us to be able to get out. If Rondo ain't hurt, we're getting swept.
Yeah,
we're getting swept easily. Easily, we're getting swept.
Yeah, I feel like Young is gonna go off in game 2.
You can't expect him to have a horrible game like that.
No, he's gonna bounce back because
you can't expect that.
Game 1 was horrible. It wasn't.
No, we are good because we have the number 1 seed right now. Again, you're saying it's because you're the number 1 seed, but like I said, 2 years ago, the Jazz had the number 1 seed, and everybody was literally saying
seeding obviously doesn't mean anything in the NBA playoffs.
You can make your arguments to and for that. To each their own. You can make your arguments to and for that. I'm just saying they're not going to do anything with the number 1 seed. And 90% of the matchups that they play against, Jimmy Butler is the 3rd best player on the court, and that is their best player. If you want to say Tyler Hero was your best player, again, same thing, 3rd best player. Like, and I understand, like, people are going to sit there and they're going to cry and say, oh, well, what about 2 years ago? John, like you just did 2 years ago. Jonathan, that's 2 years ago. That's 2 years ago. Can I say, oh, yeah, the Celtics this year, we got a legitimate chance because we took what's it called? We took Braun 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're going to make it again. If I were to come on here and say that, Jonathan, you would have to call me an idiot. You would have to call me an idiot. You have no choice. Ron, do you agree with me? If I said, oh, yeah, a couple years back, Jonathan, you're nice, so you wouldn't call me an idiot. You're nice. But Ron would call me an idiot. Ron would call me a dummy. but that's just the reality of the situation. Just because you had success 2 years ago. Now, if you had success the year prior, all right, sure, you could make some argument. Kind of the same thing how we're saying Milwaukee has a chance.
That's true. It's all about what you're doing right now.
Exactly. And if you want to go the year prior, if you won the chip, all right, fine, I get it, whatever. But at the same time, if you got to reach back 2 years, that's nuts. Because by your logic, I can scream to the top of my lungs, Celtics are gonna win because we won a title back in 08.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I can't say that because if I say that, that's dumb. You know what I mean? Like if I were to come out and say that, and Ron, Jonathan, I expect y'all to hold me to this. If I ever come out and say that we would win because a couple years ago we did this, I expect, and Jonathan, I know you're nice, but I'm giving you the fact, you got to call me an idiot. You have to. I don't care if it's in the group chat.
You're an idiot, Pride. You're an idiot.
Thank you. Now okay, I'm going to need y'all to say that. You know what I mean? Because, damn, bro, he's really crying. But here's the thing. You're snapping back and you're insulting my mother. See, that's the difference, right? I'm coming at you and your idiotic takes. That's what I'm coming at. I'm not coming at you as a person. I'm coming at your takes, which are idiotic. I'm just saying.
Pride on here adding fuel to the fire.
but I'm just chilling because again, this is an individual who loves to start shit, and then when you rebuttal to him, he panics and cries and tries to be a victim. So it's like, well, fuck it, let's burn. And it says, by the way, Bulls getting Gobert. You would have to get rid of Vooch, but would you? I honestly, I have no problem whatsoever with this. I actually wouldn't have a problem. Because if we're gonna make a trade, Vooch would basically be the odd man out. Because I think there's only two guys on that roster right now who don't have what's it called? Who don't have like a definitive, we're gonna keep you no matter what type of thing. That's Vooch and Kobe White. Because they were trying to trade Kobe White earlier. Now, Kobe White has stepped up, and he's been hoping, so it's a possibility that, they're kind of chilling off on getting rid of him. Vooch, low-key, would be the odd man out.
Mm-hmm.
Vooch and Rudy play the same position. Couple that with the fact that, if we're going to be honest, it's not like they need a big man who's going to give you 25 a night.
Right, because they got scorers.
Right. They got scores. So if you get a defensive anchor as a big man
that could protect the rim and that's solid in the interior, absolutely.
I could see that. I could see that
too. I could
see that. I really could. I could see that. Damn, still crying in the comments? Bro, get a tissue. Get a tissue.
Be nice, Pride.
You want me to be nice? Ron, you're the deciding vote. Should I keep being nice?
No.
No? Okay. Meanwhile, this dude was the first dude screaming at the top of his lungs. This is the same dude who said Kobe's not even top 10. So I think at some point we need to start understanding certain individuals' takes. They kind of start changing when you put a little bit of a magnifying glass on.
I feel like the Jazz won't get anything for Rudy Gobert, so you got to trade Spider.
Yeah, well, but if you trade Spider, there goes your franchise.
That's because you're in a weird place. By the way, shout out to Gritty and Yuki.
He's going one out.
Shout out to Yuki with the defending of the boy. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, Yuki, if I get in jail, bro, I'm a live stream. You're gonna be my lawyer. That's it. I got a lawyer on retainer. But here's the thing, though, Ron. The Jazz are in a weird spot, right? Like, if you go and trade Rudy Gobert, you're not gonna get much. But here's the problem. If you trade Donovan Mitchell, you're basically almost I think the only way you don't blow it up is if maybe the whole thing we've been waiting for how long? If Dame Lillard finally just snaps and says, "Get me out of here." And again, here, Jake saying Spider has to be traded. If I'm Utah, I'm trying not to trade him. I'm gonna do everything in my power to not trade him. Like if there's a conversation we have, and if it's me or Rudy, who's the better player right now? Spider. It's Donovan Mitchell. It's not even close. At least in my opinion, it's not even close.
You're right. It's not.
So it's like
he's the best player on that team.
But you're now in an awkward catch-22 situation because, like Ron said, and I think you agree, Jonathan, you're not gonna be able to get that much for Rudy Gobert.
No.
So you're gonna have to get rid of Donovan Mitchell, and it's like it's very rare that when guys trade superstars that both teams win. It's so rare. Jane says if you trade Gobert, that team is lacking there, and their defense will be exposed. I agree, Pay. You don't want to trade him, but you have to. If you could, matter of fact, trade him. I know one place where we would welcome you with open arms. We would love you. We would worship you. We would value you. Boston. Just don't leave. Because if you leave, we'll treat you like you were never here. Here comes Jay. He's going to further clarify. Go ahead, Jay.
What
up, Ron, John, Pride? How y'all doing, man?
I was petty for like 5 minutes, so I'm sorry.
So I'm agreeing with Ron because what happens here is this is it's a weird situation. You got a defensive player of the year candidate every single year. You got one of the staples as far as the 5 position in the league.
Right.
Then you got Donovan Mitchell, who is prolifically one of the best guards in the league. So, but here's the issue with that team. That team is not set up. That team is set up to have one primary scorer and a bunch of defense with a bunch of guys that can knock down shots. Like Bogdanovich is not going to take over a game every single game. Bogdanovich can step in and take over 2-3 quarters of a game. He might have a hot game. But Bogdanovich is not going to be your guy that you're going to be able to depend on night in and night out to score. Michael Conley Jr. is nothing. And I say that respectfully.
What?
I say that respectfully because
You
Michael Connolly Jr. has no prolific portion of his game. He's not prolific at scoring. He's not prolific at playmaking. He's not prolific at defense anymore. He's a solid point guard, and that's what he is.
Right,
okay?
and for his role in Utah,
I think he
fits. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about his role in Utah.
We're talking about if we disrupt this. We're talking about if we move one of these pieces. This is what we have here, and that's where we get into a rough situation, probably because if you take Donovan out of it, you have no scoring.
Right.
If you take Rudy out of it, you have no defensive anchor. Period. You have no rebounding.
You don't have a defensive anchor. I mean, you
have no rebounding.
No, I don't think that.
Who you gonna depend on? Royce O'Neal?
No. Hassan Whiteside.
No. Hold on.
I'm not.
Let's get to Hassan.
Let me just clarify something real quick. I'm not saying that they would fill the Rudy Gobert shoes perfectly. I'm just saying you got guys on the roster who can kind of come together and as a group kind of fill that role a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
The only way Hassan Whiteside fills that role is if he turns into Capella overnight.
And I think
and what I mean by that is Capella was dog water and then got traded to Atlanta and had a rebirth. But I think I think the same thing with Hassan. Hassan has the tools. We've seen Hassan when he came in the league.
Right.
He has the tools, and I give you that, Pride, because he does have the tools.
Right.
But from what he's performed there, that ain't the guy. So let's go off of what he's performed in Utah, just his Utah performance.
But don't you think that the reason that he can't do it is because they have Rudy, so he's not getting those opportunities? Like, think about it. He's coming off the bench.
Like, what did he do before he got to Utah?
You said what?
What did he do before the 2 years before he got to Utah? He was this guy.
Portland?
Yeah, he was this guy.
But again, it's because they didn't give him the opportunity. You got to remember, in Utah, this was back when they had Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. And when Jusuf Nurkic, granted, the dude has been the definition of inconsistent when it comes to his injuries. But like when he was there, he would be out. So it's like,
can we agree on this? Because I like Hassan Whiteside. Because I don't want to harp on him.
Yeah, no, because I feel like you're coming from a good place. Like, I don't think you're trying to.
I like Hassan Whiteside. I really do. I wished he would have amounted to what he should have amounted to. Because Hassan has the tools. He has the bag.
Right.
He just don't know how to use his hands to get the fucking tools out at the right time. And I think that Hassan, like, the thing about Hassan, he doesn't have that aggression. And that kills him.
Yeah.
And that really kills him because he doesn't have a skill set. He can't dribble. He doesn't have a whole bunch of offensive moves.
Yeah.
He's a bigger guy and he needs to use his size to his advantage. And he doesn't have that killer instinct. You look at JaVale McGee, you look at Biyombo right now. I'm just going to use them because I watch them very often off the bench. Right. But you look at those two guys, when they get in, they know they have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And those 5 minutes, they're going to do whatever the hell they can. And that I don't see that at Hassan Whiteside. So going back to it, to Ron's point, if you remove Rudy Gobert from this team, you're screwed. Because now you have an offensive guy with no defense whatsoever. You have no low post presence. You have no low post rebounding. But you have none of that.
You have none of that with him.
Yes, you do. Right now, you have a guy that's going to go in there and give you 12 rebounds. You have a guy that's going to go in there and give you 3 blocks.
But you're talking about from a defensive side of things.
Period. Look, as I wrap,
Rudy Gobert has no post game whatsoever.
No, he doesn't need a post offense. Rudy Gobert
rebound.
So you're so that's what I'm saying. So you're talking defense, like what he like in terms of post defense, like him playing
even on offense though. Even on offense, Rudy Gobert is aggressive enough with his skill set that he's gonna get you 2 alley oops. He's gonna get you 4 points from offensive rebounds. He's gonna get you.
I believe that because he can get offensive boards. Yes,
and the alley oops. That's Donnie, and that's Michael breaking down the defense and allowing Rudy to just get us a crease in the thing. He's just aggressive enough to get that finish. And I think that
because I think it all really comes down to how he feels, because we've seen him literally like earlier this year, Klay Thompson pushed him out of the paint, and that happened in like the second quarter, and then he eliminated himself all the third quarter to the point that he's getting yelled at on the bench.
But you know what was going on during that time?
I don't want to hear nothing about no quote dysfunction, because offensively he brings nothing. People
that is real though, Pride.
Go ahead.
Pride, during that time period, that was when him and Donnie were talking about one of us have to be traded. And that was when him and Donnie were saying one of us cannot be on this team. And I'm telling you, that means a lot.
Well, yeah, of course, because you got Donovan Mitchell playing like a superstar, and then Rudy Gobert's just there.
Upset.
Because he's and ready to the funny part about this entire situation. Somebody fact check me. The Ben Simmons slander was through the roof.
Right?
Yet Rudy Gobert just gets to go scot clean.
You know why?
Rudy.
You know
it's
why?
Wild to me. That's wild. That's wild.
Say that again, Rod.
I said because he's European?
No, because he played the big game of basketball.
You say he plays the what?
He played the big game of basketball. You can't compare Ben Simmons to anybody, bro. Ben Simmons, the only person you could compare Ben Simmons to on a scale, and it's not even the same scale, would be Kyrie. And you can't compare him to Kyrie because it's a different situation.
No, I'm just saying Ben Simmons.
Rudy
I'm not
played
talking about how they play. I'm just saying Ben Simmons had a whole bunch of deficiencies offensively, correct?
But Rudy Gobert is on the basketball court and he's trying. There's a difference.
Ben Simmons had one deficiency.
Well, I say a couple. Yeah, it wasn't a deficiency.
Someone deleted that out of his fucking. They deleted that out of his motherboard.
I say two.
That's the only flaw he really has, is that he can't shoot the damn basketball, and he doesn't even.
Somebody
try.
forgot his power cord.
Yo, you're so immature, Jay.
He doesn't even try to make shots.
and Jonathan, that's my point. Like with Ben Simmons, it really was just the jump shot, right? It's either the jump shot or free throw shot. It's one or the other. Like I said, Rudy Gobert, people trying to call him a top center, and he's got.
He is.
But
I wouldn't say he's a top center, but I would say he's an important piece to Utah.
If you want to say he's an important piece to Utah, I'm good with that. My thing is listen, when it comes to defense, I'm not taking nothing from him. Yes, he'll jump with you. He's tall. He'll be able to protect guys, and just his presence alone will sometimes deter certain teams from even penetrating. Pause. So I get that. I'm just saying, on the offensive end, I would rather literally have a wet paper napkin from a little kid's birthday party out there than this, man. We killed Ben Simmons because he couldn't shoot from the 3-point line. My guy can't even shoot from the free throw line.
Can we zone in for a second? Because I agree with everything you just said, Pride, but there's like 15% of it you're leaving out, man. You got Rudy Gobert. When you talk about Rudy Gobert being a top center in the league, you have to say yes. But Pride, can we also zone in on the fact that there's not many true centers in the league? Can we talk about that part? Because that is more of a conversation than Rudy Gobert not being a top center. There's not that many centers.
So are you saying you'll call Rudy Gobert a top center because the position is lacking?
Well, by default, he's a top center because bro, honestly, who else is getting 12 rebounds?
I just want to clarify something. I'm not calling him a bum. He gives you stuff.
I didn't take that.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. I'm not calling him a bum. Defensively, if you're a guy who defensively, your presence alone can deter people from penetrating, that's great. Don't get it twisted, right? Don't get it twisted. But offensively, the guy and Rob, I love you. So I'm allowed. Just real quick, Jay. I love you, Rob, and I feel like that's why I can joke. This dude is performing worse than Rob would right now, and the man's in a hospital. That's the offensive work we got with.
No, but you got to see, Pride. I'm gonna go back to Ron's initial point in this. We're talking about Utah though, because in Utah, Rudy Gobert is a perfect fit because they don't need his offense. That's why they got Donnie. That's why they got Jordan Clarkson. That's why they got those two. But they don't need it now. Pride. If we take him out and we put somebody with a defensive liability at the center position that has a little bit more offense, that team sucks. That team sucks.
I don't know
because they don't have that defense.
But hold on. So because you're saying that they would suck because they're losing the defense. Now, who are we putting in that position though? But
that's why I said I don't know who we're gonna put, but let's put somebody in there with a little bit better of offense ability than Rudy.
That's what,
but
that's
not
what I'm
the
saying,
same. But not the same defense and not the same rebounding ability, because that's huge, bro.
You say that, but Enes Kanter has made a living his entire career of not only being a defensive liability, but giving you 12 and 10. You get someone who can give you a consistent 12 and 10 on that team. I don't necessarily think that.
Well, who's left to give us 12 and 10? Who's left though? Pride. Think about.
There's one guy. There's one guy that's about to be available because his team don't love him. His team don't worship him. They don't cherish the man.
Who's that?
DeAndre ain't getting out of there, bro. He's sick and tired of Phoenix. You don't like y'all. You don't rock with y'all. You don't rock with y'all.
Hold up. I'd take that as a Suns fan. I'd take the Rudy Gobert, DeAndre Ayton swing because, again, we're trading a guy that's a little bit better at offense for a guy that's a little bit better at defense. And I wouldn't only because you having DeAndre Ayton as part of your big three being able, like, he's a legitimate threat. You know what I mean? Like being able to have that threat at the guard, the two guard, and as a big better
man,
than Gobert. Period. That's not even a conversation.
Oh yeah, no. I know you're not saying that. Trust me. I don't. I get where you were coming from. I didn't think you were saying that. I was hoping not. I was assuming no. Yeah. But if you were making an application, I'm like, damn, bro, we gonna have an awkward conversation. Somebody is real upset with you right now. TJ's like, chill. No.
Hey, but in the just in the dialogue of the conversation,
he says
TJ. Hey, Zubac, but Zubac holds his own. Zubac can go to Utah. I would take Zubac in Utah.
But that's what I'm saying. You just need a guy who would like I'll be honest with you. You put Daniel Tice there. Now, no. I'm not saying they'll be light years better, but I think they're in the same boat. You put Daniel Tice in there. You put Daniel Tice.
Daniel Tice doesn't hold a candle to Rudy Gobert's defense.
Right, but he I understand that, but he hustles and he does. He does the same thing Jared Allen does.
So what you're telling me is
I'm jumping with you.
So what you're telling me is Utah just needs to get rid of Hassan Whiteside and get JaVale McGee as their backup center, and everything will be all right. They just need a hustler, is what you're saying. They need somebody on the floor that is going to hustle at 4 and 5. Actually, Royce O'Neal to me is the soft spot in their team. That's the soft spot. Royce be getting on my nerves.
Nah, he's not. Royce O'Neal be. I swear he be. The dude's better than he is, but he plays like a 2. Like grow up, man. Like what are you? Tight, bro. Like he be putting the floor on the deck, and I'll be like, all right, bro, go ahead, penetrate. He be shooting threes. I'm like, wait.
And then he turns his back to the basket.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? He gets me so tight. He gets me so. And don't even get me started on the defensive end. Go to the next one. 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 This one. Yo, this dude.
I be out there tripping. I'll be like, what is he doing?
I'm not even a Suns fan. And yo, his defense, bro, it gets me so triggered, bro.
But wait, what does the Suns have to do with Royce? We don't want to claim nothing of that. Don't be putting it over here on us. Don't be putting that over here on us. There ain't no Royce.
Hold on. Because Joe, I saw you. I saw your comment. Where is it? Right here. This one. Miles Turner for Rudy Gobert.
For Utah, that'd be okay.
I was about to say for Utah.
Not for every team, though.
Wait,
no, for Indiana, it would be so horrible for Indiana.
No, I don't think so, though. I don't think so. And this is why. Because if you have him there, that's more shots for Tyrese Halliburton. Let's look at the bright side here, boys. Like, let's look at the.
Hey, no, this one is real. This one, though.
No, he said that earlier.
This one would be good for both people. Yep, it would be fluent for both. Utah needs a guy that can score the ball in the low post. Chicago, on the other hand, doesn't necessarily need that guy.
I think this a big man that can score. No,
that's it.
No, this would be the best for both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, I don't like you're shaking your head, man. What's going on over there?
Nobody is trading for Gobert.
No, hey, hold on. Ron, me and you are on the same page on that. From the get-go. From the get-go.
I-
on the same
At
page.
Jay's point, he did say that from the jump.
I'm never giving up boots for Gobert. Never.
I'm not giving up a
You wouldn't
boot.
give up. You wouldn't give
I'm not
up
giving
boots.
up a boot for Gobert.
Listen, for this trade, I'm not gonna lie. I would consider it. I would, because again, if you look based on the Chicago Bulls need
Team-wise, you're right.
as a team-wise, I would consider it.
But if
Now,
you're
Ron,
a
I'm not
Chicago
saying it's
Bulls owner, you're just going to be frustrated in a couple of months.
I don't think so. Though.
Are you,
I don't
though?
think so.
Because you got key contributors on that team that can. You're not asking him to be a scorer. You're just
No,
asking
at
him
all.
to be a solid rim protector and someone that could collect boards. That's all you're asking.
Hey, if this ain't the realest statement ever, though.
Yo.
Hey, if this ain't the realest statement ever, he come back
that's
to the locker room
But you
upset.
gotta understand, though. But you gotta understand, like
He was
Rudy
crying because
Gobert
he didn't make the
understand.
All-Star game.
But you gotta understand, Defensive Player of the Year is the only award he can show
I don't care.
when he
Do
retires.
you know? Look, do you know the Suns just got freaking just robbed, completely robbed this year?
of
We
what?
didn't get. We didn't. Don't let me get started. Hold on. Coach of the year, we rightfully that was cemented.
No,
We
I'm
should win
giving it
Coach
to
of the
Chandler
year.
Jenkins, homie from the Grizzlies. Come on, man, stop playing. Come on, man, stop playing. This
For
team
what?
was not.
No. Hold on. Before we go any further, for what?
This dude, okay, not only he brought them to the number 2 seed, but them having a great record without John Morant shows that he can coach because he's making on-the-fly adjustments to make them
Give
play
you that.
differently without their superstar.
I'll give you that.
just me.
That's why he finishes number 2. So why does he finish number 1?
You're a bot. I can't stand you.
Why
bro.
does he
I
finish
hope you
number
start
1? I'm just saying.
because at the end of the day, was this team supposed to be a number 2 seed?
No, are we supposed to be the number 1 team in the NBA? Were we
You
supposed to have
guys were
63
supposed
wins?
to be. You guys
Were
at
we
worst
supposed to
were
have
supposed to be
63
the
wins?
third best. You guys at worst
told
were
us.
supposed to be the third
Hold
best.
on. If we rewind to last year in the NBA Finals, y'all told us we shouldn't have been here.
Who said that? No.
Everybody.
Last year. Hold on.
No.
Last year.
So what majorly changed on our team that we should have been number 1 team in the NBA and had
Because
63
when y'all
wins?
made the finals and then y'all came back, and during that offseason, they were like, well, they made the finals. They were really close. Let's be honest, bro. Listen, you Suns fans, I understand that you guys
Are
have
y'all
been
hearing
rocked,
this?
but you guys need to stop pretending like nobody rocked with y'all. You
Wait.
need to stop that false narrative.
My question to him was, what changed from last year to this year? He said, y'all went to the finals and y'all came back. And we said, well, that's what I heard. So
What are you
it's just a
talking
well
about?
now? What
No, I
changed
don't-
from last year
I
to this
didn't
year?
say well.
Okay, so what changed?
You guys
What convinced you?
That's another year. That's another year in the system. That's another year with that. Again, if that doesn't make a difference to you, Jay, then I don't know what to tell you.
No.
I don't know what
But
to
that
tell you.
negates, because we have a second year, that negates us winning Coach of the Year.
No, it doesn't negate you from winning Coach of the Year, but it puts you at a disadvantage when you have another team who shouldn't even be a top-seeded team, who ended up doing it, who without their superstar had a great record because of their coach. That's what it's about, man. It's the same thing with most improved player of the year. You're not gonna give it to John Morant because he had he played well last year.
Now we were gonna get into that.
Give it to him.
We were gonna get into that because I don't even understand how he was a candidate.
I don't know why Jordan Poole's not there.
Jordan Poole should have had a shoe in. It should have been the Poole
Jordan
Award.
Poole's not a finalist.
It should be the Poole Award.
Klay Thompson.
In all honesty.
What?
I said because of Klay Thompson.
Why?
Because when Klay came back, they put Poole on the bench and it just fucked
He
up.
was still cooking, though. He was still cooking.
Klay was back for like 14 games.
He was not cooking. He
He didn't
fell
even get to
off.
finish a slice of pizza. That's how long Klay was back. He didn't even get to finish a slice of pizza. So we're gonna damage him for that.
Klay was up and down when he first came back.
I don't care about Klay.
By the way, real quick, Coach of the Year just lost game 1 to a 7 seed. And I'm
Thank you,
glad
Evan.
you guys are nodding because that now shows me that you guys don't understand what the award is about. So nod your head. That shows me because it's a regular season award.
I'm not nodding my head. I'm
That's it.
shaking my head.
That's it. Okay.
Oh, stop it, Pride.
Okay, based on these last 2 performances, does that disqualify Nikola Jokic from MVP conversation?
No, hold
No.
on. We're not saying that. What we're saying is,
I'm talking about Coach
the
of the Year,
best
period.
coach,
Now, y'all can
the
talk about
best
the playoffs
coach
all
didn't
you
lose
want.
game 1. That's all we're saying. The coach of the year didn't lose game one. That's all we're saying.
That's fine. And that's fine.
I know it is because it
regular
happened.
season award. I'm talking about a regular season award.
What, just 63 wins?
Is that what?
63 wins, franchise record? What, you talking about that regular season?
And that's fine.
I know it is because it happened. It has to be fine. It happened.
But again, I am not going to penalize a guy who took
My bad.
And y'all can
My
take
bad.
out
64 wins.
64, 65, 66. It doesn't matter.
Hey, you're not going to penalize them, but you're going to penalize the Suns for being around for 2 years together. You're not going to penalize the other team, but you're going to penalize the Suns for being together for 2 years. That's what I heard.
I'm not penalizing them. Again, you're now switching the conversation. This is the 5th time you switch the conversation. You need to pick one and roll with it.
I'm just rolling with all of it.
Conversation and roll with it.
It's all the same. All I'm saying is coach of the year should have been us.
No, it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been.
I agree. It should have been. It should have been the Suns.
The Suns.
I don't think so. It shouldn't have been the Suns. It shouldn't have been because why? I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna say it now. If you want to say last year, we got a conversation.
Get emoji.
Last year, I gave it a Monty. If we want to talk about last year,
but I don't even think Monty should have won it last year. I think this was the year. Like he really proved it. Like he hand in and hand out.
Didn't win Coach of the Year.
Bro, he didn't win Coach of the Year. Devin Booker was injured. Chris Paul was injured. DeAndre missed time. Cam Johnson missed time. Jay Crowder missed time. Everybody on our freaking bro.
And it's the same thing with the Grizzlies this year.
No, Grizzlies, Ja.
Bro, other guys have missed games too.
No. What's their names?
Desmond Bane missed some. AJ Dillon. I almost had Anthony for some reason.
You should have said Anthony. Dillon. It would have and nobody would have corrected you.
Who won Coach of the Year?
Last year, Mike Budenholzer, I think it was.
No, this year.
No, they didn't release it yet.
They haven't announced it yet, but it's gonna be what's his name?
It's gonna be Monty. Stop it.
It has to be Monty.
It's gonna be Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah,
they probably give it to him.
They'll probably give it to him because of how well the Memphis Grizzlies played.
That's what I'm saying. Again, Jay, the only reason you're arguing is because you're a Suns fan. If you were a Knicks fan, you'd be saying Taylor Jenkins.
No,
that's it.
How?
That's it.
Listen,
that's the reality.
No.
You know, he kept that team rolling without John Morant and without.
They also had other pieces missing, and he
Dylan Brooks, right?
He kept them rolling, and it was because of the offensive play that he drew up separate of John Morant.
I mean, you can really go both ways.
Hey, no, can I just say this one time? I just want Ron. Ron, remember when Chris Paul hurt his hand?
Yeah.
Do you remember what everyone said? They said, "Oh, the Suns are going to finish 4th."
Yeah, Rob was saying that. I wasn't saying that.
Everyone said that.
I didn't say that at all.
When I say everyone, I'm not putting your name directly, and it don't hurt. Don't take it like that. I'm just
making sure. I'm making.
Am I right about that?
Because you know I'm sensitive.
Am I right about that? So Chris Paul, they said it was over. They said it was over. Didn't they said that same shit when Devin Booker was out, right?
Yeah.
And then after all of that, in the beginning of the year when DeAndre Ayton was assigned, they were saying, "Oh man, it's gonna be a fucked up year for them. DeAndre's not gonna play well."
Well, no one said it was gonna be a fucked up year for y'all, but pop off.
They did say that.
Not about DeAndre Ayton, but pop off.
So they didn't say DeAndre. They said the Suns are gonna have a bad year because there was already dysfunction in the camp.
Right, yeah, not true, but pop off.
But did any of that work? Did any of that work? Did any of that negative shit pan out?
All because of Monty.
All I want to say is this. I know that Monty is a general manager, but he's the one that went and got Torrey Craig again. He's the one that said he's the one that said, "Hey, Chris, you right. We do need JaVale McGee." He's the one that got that. And then the way he made them marry each other and work.
Coach of the year. It's not GM of the year. This is not the Bill Belichick award where who can wear both caps.
Well, that's the first thing I said. I know he's not GM, but
don't bring it up, goddammit.
The way that he scoped everything together, when Chris Paul was down, the way he kept Cameron Payne fucking going, when Devin Booker was down, the way that he had Landry Shamet and Cameron Payne working together to fill that role. Like, there's so many different things, bro, and his bench ain't nearly as talented as most of these other benches in the NBA. There ain't no way you can sit here and compare Landry Shamet. You could compare Landry Shamet as you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. So our bench
got a solid. So now your bench sucks?
No, our collectively as a whole, we're a great team.
Yeah, the Suns are the deepest team in the playoffs this year. I said
individually, our bench is not individually pound for pound, but collectively as a whole, a collective unit, we are great together.
Oh, Jesus Christ, bro.
I wouldn't take out Cameron Payne and put him on. I wouldn't take him and just plug him and place him anywhere and say he's going to be successful.
But you don't have to do that because he's on.
I have the Suns going all the way. I have the Suns winning it all.
Oh, this is their last chance. If they don't win it this year,
that's what.
Why?
You think their championship?
For me, I think.
Yeah, he said it's closed, John.
No, I'm not gonna say it's closed. I've said this before, and it's funny how all of a sudden you're switching, Jay. Because when I said this, you agree. So it's bizarre how you're switching. It's very bizarre.
Wait. Yeah, let me hear this again. Let me hear this again. Go ahead.
This is their final legitimate year of winning an NBA title.
So basically, you're saying their championship window is shutting.
You said what?
You saying their championship window is shutting?
I said starting next year, the window is starting to close.
No, that doesn't.
There'll still be a playoff team.
Ron, you back on mute.
Make it. You know what I mean? But in terms of, you can shake your head all you want, Jonathan, but it's the reality of the situation. Every single team, when they start into that championship contender phase, it's only a short window. It's the reality of the situation.
I agree with that part, but bro, I think this is the first year of their championship window. I think last year they kicked the door in to say they were real. I think this year starts it. We just re-signed Bridges. We got Devin Booker. We got Devin Booker for 3 years.
Frustrated with Suns fans.
They surprised a lot of people last year. This year they had more expectations placed.
I try to defend the Suns. I really do. God, y'all keep changing the narrative, bro.
Yeah, but I don't get what you're saying, bro. When you say a championship window is closed, Devin Booker's 26.
Again, you're now changing. Closing. Okay, hold on.
Closing. Let me put the ing at the end. Hold on. Closing. So when you're saying it's closing, though. But listen, Bryce. When you're saying it's closing, Devin Booker's 26. McCall Bridges is young. DeAndre Ayton is the only one that I'm kind of on the fence with you. If we lose DeAndre, yeah, it can change the scope of our championship abilities or our possibilities. But if we re-sign DeAndre, no, bro.
Right.
What can someone spell what that says?
No. We heard that.
No, you did it because I'm saying it's closed. Duh.
No.
You're saying I'm saying it's closed. Duh.
Closing. I'm even harping on the closing. I'm harping on the ing.
I need you to do that because you keep adding
our core
for some reason.
Our core is under 27, bro.
Right.
I understand your core is under 27, but when you lose Chris Paul, that type of leadership, that is something that's going to hurt because Chris Paul he doesn't have that much basketball left. If they end up winning the ring this year, and he has said this, if you ain't hear about it, then that's on you. But Chris Paul is contemplating retirement if they win the ring. Oh, if they win it this year.
He's 40. Okay.
So you now lose him. Who's going to replace him?
Devin Booker's not going to be there in 2 years.
See,
why you say that, Ron?
That right there, that's a conversation we can have.
Why you say that, Ron?
If they win, I think that
now you're stabbing me in my heart. Why you say that, Ron?
Why is Devin going to stay in Phoenix when this is the
they're starting to do right by him now?
What if they
Can I say one thing? And it's the only thing that I think that will help us in the long run. Kobe Bryant.
No.
Yeah. That's the only thing, Pride.
I don't even think
that legit. That's legit the only thing. But Devin Booker wants that legacy of playing for one team.
You know who else wanted that legacy? Paul Pierce. And the motherfucker left.
I mean, Paul.
You know who else wanted that legacy?
But Paul told us why he did that. Because the year after he retired, he was sniffing cocaine and doing strippers at the
he legit, bro. He a real one. He a real one. I don't care what Dylan said. My dude was like, bro.
Paul was like
snorting lines and checking stat. Yo, he used to snort lines and check his stat line at the end. Straight donuts, bro. That's what he was giving, especially on the Clippers, bro. He was giving straight donuts. But yeah, he got traded, and then after he got traded, he could have came back. But what happened? He didn't, right? All right. But But again, since it's trade, I guess that doesn't count. How about this?
Can you look at that though,
what about D-Wade? They're not going.
SGA? If SGA was to come out here though, after Chris Paul was gone to play with Devin Booker, oh my God, that would be nasty.
I don't think so. Oh. You really think it'll be nasty?
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. I think DeJounte Murray fits a little better.
I mean, either or. I'm not saying, but I just like Shea.
Oh,
I
I know.
just like Shea.
I love Alexander. Shea. I love me some him. I almost bought an OKC jersey, but I was like,
just
he's probably
of that.
gonna leave, so I'm not even gonna do it.
He won't be here no more.
Yeah, I was like, he's gonna leave, so I ain't gonna.
I love Shea though. Shea's one of my favorite point guards in the league that people don't watch.
Nice.
He even
on the wrong team.
I don't know why he changed his jump shot. That little weird little.
He don't want to play.
Hesitation thing. I'm like,
I gotta shoot because hey, that's the equivalent of I'm only here so I don't get fined. I'm only
on
shooting
God,
so
bro. On God. Every time he shoots, it looks like he's trying to miss on purpose, and he makes it. And it's like when the camera pans on him, he looks down, and he's like, "Fuck, I didn't want to make it. God damn it!" And he just kind of runs away because he's so tight. He made it.
Somebody need to watch those spreads to see what those spreads are in Vegas.
Bro, he's like, yo, plot twist. He's trying to beat Calvin Ridley, and he's trying to ring the score. Oh no! No, I'm a mess. Oh my goodness gracious.
No, but I like Shea. Shea's nice.
No, I like him. I like him. Him. Oh my lord.
I like him. Nice.
I want to pair him one day with Tyrese Halliburton for like a couple games. I want to see if one day we can say because I feel like
I would like Cunningham and Tyrese Halliburton. Oh my goodness.
I thought you said cutting him. I thought you wanted to cut like one of them. I was like,
no,
Jay, like wait a minute, hold on, bro. We are different
Cunningham. Right, pairing Cunningham and Halliburton would be like that would be nasty. That'd be
especially now. Now it looks like Cade Cunningham is starting to get the game a little better now. Because in the beginning of the season he was struggling, but now he's like, oh wait, I'm still playing basketball.
Hey, I agree.
Okay.
Last 5 games of the season, Cade Cunningham looked like a whole different person.
No. He looked like a man.
Yeah.
He looked like a grown man. Like he's sick of I can't remember. I think it was like
I think he felt disrespected. I think he felt disrespected. He wasn't a shoe-in rookie of the year.
And I you know what I think it was? I'll be honest. I think he came into the season thinking that.
Yeah.
And like in the beginning when he was struggling, he kind of didn't care because he was like, it is what it is.
He still thought he was a rookie of the year even when he was struggling.
Right. And that's it was a sad case because it's like on name value, should you be sure? But this award isn't name value. It's who's
I mean, really, Evan Mobley might have had a better name value this year than than Cade Cunningham did.
I'm talking about going into the year.
Oh yeah, going in. I'm talking
about going into
he was number 1, 2, and 3 with name value.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like going into the year in like 25% of the regular season, he still had like the better name value. Right now, I'll be honest. I think he has the third best name value of that class. I think Scotty Barnes has better name value right now, and I think Evan Mobley has better name value right now.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Definitely agree. And then what's his name from Houston is not.
Jalen Green. Jesus, bro. They asked him, "Hey, what'd you learn this year?" My guy was like, "That I'm a bucket." I was like, if that's not the most 2K my career answer I've ever heard in my life, bro.
Right.
Real quick, since we brought them up, where does Porter go? I don't think he belongs in Houston.
Porter?
LA.
Yeah. Porter?
Oh, Kevin Jr.? Oh.
You said LA?
I just know the Lakers and the Houston are going to make a trade, so.
I don't know if I want him in LA. I think he would be dope in, like, New York. Porter would be dope in New York.
So?
Yeah. I like his playing style. I like the way he feeds off the energy. New York is a mecca when it comes for basketball and energy. I think that his playing style, he would fit so well in that environment.
You know where I would. Well, here's the thing. What position are you gonna put him at?
Whatever the fuck he plays when he grabs the ball.
Well, that's the thing, because like when he came in as a 3,
he's not a 3.
Then a 2. Now he's a 1.
Because he can't guard nobody in the 3 and the 2 position. He can't guard Kevin Durant. He can't guard Paul George.
He can't guard any of them. He can't guard anyone anyway.
Well, I mean, he has a better chance. He has a better chance of of guarding point guards than he does having to guard Paul George or Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant.
Like the fail rate is still absurd.
Who do you want on the guard?
Like honestly, nobody.
Bitch.
Just go sit down and what's his name from the Pelicans? Louis I forgot his name.
The center?
No, the guard. When he gets checked in, he waits out of bounds and he waits for them to dribble in so he can come and like rip them from the back. Pause.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's like Louis Al
I
something.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know
You
who
know
you're
what I'm
talking
talking
about,
about,
but I can't think of his last name.
I'm about to tell you right now. Hold on, because I have it right here.
Hey, this is the truth. Oh, this is the truth.
Porter
Yuki.
better than Roy. Oh, God. Yeah,
Yuki.
Alvarado. There it is.
Yuki.
Thank you, Evan. You too, Deontay. Appreciate it, Alvarado.
Alvarado. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
That's true.
Hey,
Yeah,
but I gotta
now
put
bring
that
up
one
the other
back up.
Hold on. Bring
I
up
gotta
that
put
other
that
one.
back up.
Bring that back. On God. On God.
Hey, but again, that's why Royce pisses me off so much, because Royce, he doesn't suck. He's just not good. And he does good things sometimes. And it's like,
you hear this man, Jonathan? You hear him?
because
doesn't
it's
suck.
the truth.
He's just not good.
He's not. Royce O'Neal makes you so mad.
Yo,
I'll be watching him and he'd be wide open and he'll miss it. And then he'll hit a shot where he's like hella covered. I'll be like, what in the world? Why? How does that work? How does that work?
He must like his shots being contested.
He's got who was it that used to always make those tough shots?
Don't say Rex Chapman. Rex will fall out of bounds in this third row and hit the shot, be wide open and miss it.
He played for Boston. He played for
Rex
Boston.
Chapman, by the way, he was on TV during the halftime show for March Madness.
Hey, that's my dude right there, Rexy.
Yeah.
Rexy Chap.
I remember him back in the day.
Oh,
That dude's come a long way too.
Hey, can we talk about Golden State for a second?
Please, that was actually
Jordan Poole. Jordan
about to
Poole's
segue
balling right
into
now. That's
Golden
the story
State.
right there, Jordan Poole.
I just want to say, NBA, I'm highly upset with all 31 teams outside of Golden State that allowed them to draft Jameis Wiseman. When he comes back, this team is going to be something to mess with. I don't know, man. They look like prime Golden State. Jordan Poole really, 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 really elevated them to another level.
Is it too late to put Steph Curry as Sixth Man of the Year?
Yeah, it's way too late.
But in the playoffs, he's been playing great as Sixth Man of the Year. You sure we can't ink him in?
I mean, we can try it. I mean, they put Marcus Smart in, and he won the award in 2 days.
Oh, deservedly so. Deservedly so.
I don't want to talk about it. McCarthy
Deservedly so.
Whoa, Jay.
Deservedly so.
Did you see the blocks in the steal ratio?
I don't. And guess what? And look at this award ratio. Get out of here.
It's a significant difference.
And you know what's significant?
I love
Marcus Smart is the second guard since Gary Payton to win the award. That's significant. So significant D's nuts.
That's true.
Nah,
You know,
I don't care.
that sounded
He
good.
deserved it.
Who's your DPOY over Marcus then?
Yep.
McCall.
Mikal Bridges. Come on, man. Listen, this is what it was.
Have you guys looked at the defensive efficiency rankings? He's number one or two in every single category.
Yeah, you know what it was?
He had more steals than Marcus Smart. He had more blocks than Marcus Smart.
You're right.
I don't understand it.
I'm
I don't understand.
glad you
What
understand
are we
it.
looking at? What are we looking at? What makes a defensive player of the year at this point?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what we're looking at. And if I'm wrong, Ron,
Remember, Pride is a Celtics fan, so he's
110%, 110%. So Marcus Smart deserved it without a shadow of a doubt.
I mean, this is perfect. Suns fan versus Celtic fan, and I mean, I don't understand how he's going to make this sound right. But go ahead.
I'm going to give me all the advanced metrics you want. Give me all.
No.
This wasn't.
No. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna say this. Don't ask me to fill in for your commentary. You tell me why Marcus was good. I'm not talking about this. I know why Marcus shouldn't have won.
I'm telling you right now. Your guy can't even go to 3.
What?
My guy, 1 through 4. Okay? You can give me all the advanced metrics you want, all these cute stats. I only got one stat for you. Defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart, 1. Mikal Bridges, 0. That's it. And you can argue with whatever you want.
That
the
sounded
right
good.
man won
that
it.
Sounded good. But
and
wait,
you could lick our nuts.
What in the world did you mean by he can't guard the 3? Because that was absurd. We need to start there.
Not like Marcus Smart. Not like Marcus Smart.
Ron, can I get some help?
I
know you're over there in Philly. You see Marcus a lot.
Ron,
Marcus is guarding the 3 better than McCall?
You said what? I couldn't hear you.
Marcus is guarding the 3 better than Mikal.
Easily.
Huh?
Easily.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Easily.
What time is it in LA? Was it like 8:30 out there?
Easily. Well, I'm in South Carolina,
8:34 in the
so
morning.
but
I give
It's
him
too
a
early to
five.
be drinking, y'all. It's
I
too
give him
early
a
to be
five.
drinking, man.
nope. I said what I said, and I meant
Pride
it. I
is
said what I
talking
said, and I meant it.
nonsense. Pride is talking nonsense, man.
What you mean, Jonathan?
McCall Bridges. Listen,
Oh
bro,
my
this
goodness,
ain't
he
about.
couldn't defend the three. Wow.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
comparing him to
Best
Marcus
defensive
Smart.
players on that floor.
I'm comparing him to Marcus Smart.
He's one of
Compared
the
to
best
Marcus
threes
Smart, he's not in the
defenders
same
in the
stratosphere.
league.
He's not in the same
You're
stratosphere.
crazy.
Which one is more important to
And
what
the
they're
Suns,
doing?
they rank
Marcus
fourth in
Smart,
defensive
easily.
rating.
Marcus.
The Suns
Marcus.
rank fourth
Easily.
in defensive rating.
Marcus.
And again, I'm not bringing up nothing offensively.
Rating.
So
And
Jay's
the
gonna go,
reason-
who's got the better 3-point shot?
No,
That's all
I'm
talking
not.
about. I'm
You
talking about
didn't. You must have just heard. You must have heard my answer to what Ron's question was. It's Marcus.
I'm just saying.
Marcus does more for Boston than McCall does on a day-to-day, game-to-game basis. Marcus Smart is one of my favorite players in the NBA from draft.
Act like it.
No, that doesn't change the fact that he shouldn't have won the award this year.
Act like it.
Just like if what's the name doesn't win Coach of the Year, I'm going ham. There's no way.
So let me guess. Devin Booker should have been MVP.
See, that's different.
Top
That's
five.
That's a totally different
No.
conversation.
I don't care about no top 5, top 3. I don't care.
No, he should be top 3. He should be top 3. I don't know if he should have won
Sixth
it.
man of the year? Who? Jay Crowder? JaVale McGee?
No.
Who's executive of the year?
Cam Johnson is definitely on the list of 6th man of the year. I think the Suns honestly, we had a person almost in every single category. If you really want to be honest with me, we had a person in top 3 to 5 in every category.
That's how it should.
Period.
Y'all shouldn't have won anything, which is how it played out.
Ron, gosh darn it, Ron.
They just want
Man,
no.
Bridges is the most important defender on the Phoenix Suns roster.
I can agree with that.
And
No
when he's
way.
on the floor, their defense is 10 times better.
Jay, how do you
100%.
agree with that? But you're arguing for Mikal for DPOY.
No. I don't think he's their most important.
Ron, that's what he just said. He said,
Damn.
did you say
No.
Cam?
He said Mikal.
Yeah, he
Oh.
said Mikal.
I don't know if he said Cam, but I think he meant
I didn't
Bridges.
say Cam. I said Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
I think he meant Mikal Bridges.
Honestly,
I
guys,
didn't say nothing about Cam Johnson.
Marcus Smart is
The best defender in the
most
league. Thank you.
prolific. Is one of the most prolific people on Boston's roster, and he's a dog. He's a fucking dog. I hate going up against Marcus Smart. I hate seeing him on the other side of the ball. For any team, I don't care who it is, but that doesn't change the fact that Mikal Bridges plays 1 through 4 every night.
He does.
Every night.
and
He
Jay,
plays-
Marcus Smart.
Here's another thing Mikal Bridges does so well. He converts defense to offense.
Right. There's so many different things. What? Go ahead, Pride.
Go on.
Go ahead. Get on your Marcus Smart shit.
Because everything you're saying, Marcus Smart does better. He guards 1 through
How?
4. Heck, I've seen him guard 1 through 5, bro.
So have I. I've seen McCall do the same thing.
Yeah,
But not on the
that's what
level
I'm talking
of
about.
this year. Not on the level of Marcus Smart.
particularly this season.
I'm talking about this
Thank
year.
you.
Where this
No, that's
award
what we're
happened.
talking. No, that's what me and Jonathan are talking about. This season in particular.
And
This season in particular.
close to Marcus Smart.
It's East
Not
Coast
even close.
bias. That's what it is.
It's not biased because I'd be saying this if I was
It's
a
the team he
fan.
plays for. It's the Boston Celtics,
Yeah.
Jonathan, don't be mad because your dog shit team didn't get any mentions. Stay over there. Stay over there. Okay? Our 3 teams are
Hey,
the playoffs.
I will admit they didn't deserve to get any.
As I was saying,
mentions.
so
They
rudely
didn't-
interrupted.
So then
And
wait.
the reason because Jonathan, I can go that route. You're a Lakers fan. You hate Boston. That's why you don't want to give it to Marcus Smart.
No. Hold on.
It has
Pride.
nothing to do with me hating Boston.
Pride.
Oh, so it has nothing to do
Jonathan
with
should
me loving
have
Boston.
Jonathan should have the most word out of this. You got a playoff team. He got a playoff team. I got a playoff team. He don't. So Jonathan, I'm going with your word. What was your word again? I'm just saying.
What did I
Shoot.
just say? I forgot.
You said it should have
Ron,
been Mikal Bridges.
Marcus
It
Smart
should-
did
oh,
the
yeah,
right?
yeah. To win the award, absolutely, it should have been. But it's
Ron.
East Coast bias, and it's because they're the Boston Celtics, and that's why
Thank you.
Marcus Smart won the
Marcus
award.
Smart is the
I'm
best
just saying,
defender
Mikal
in the
Bridges last-
NBA. Bar
What?
none.
You just could tell
Bar none.
turnovers into
Bro, he's the best on ball
and he
defender.
can get out in the fast break.
You said what?
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's my argument. I rest my case. Mic drop.
You didn't even make an argument.
That's because you were talking.
Coherently.
That's because you were talking.
And if he jumps in the way while I'm talking, he doesn't want his point to be heard. Because that
you gotta take. We were waiting for a breath. Yeah, we were waiting for a breath. You just never took one.
Jonathan, what were you saying?
I said Mikal Bridges can turn points into quick, easy baskets. That's what I said.
That's offensive.
He turns
points into baskets. That's offensive.
He turns turnovers into points. You know what I mean, bro? I don't.
What he's saying is he converts.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. Jonathan said he converts his defense into offense.
And so does Marcus Smart.
But that's not even a part of the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
Exactly. That's not. But even so, if you want to use that, so can Marcus Smart. So
this is the season totals, real quick, guys. Since I got it pulled up, and this is the only reason why I still say that I would have gave it at the end of the day to Mikal Bridges. So Marcus Smart ended with 99 steals and 18 blocks this year. Mikal Bridges ended with 129 steals and 38 blocks this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and as far as defensive efficiency rating, as far as the wins, the loss, as far as the defensive battles, Mikal Bridges is higher in those categories. He's number 1 or number 2 in every defensive efficiency category in the league. He beat him in steals. He beat him in fucking blocks. So why does Marcus win?
So you still giving Smart the award?
What? He's doing it prolific players. So Mikal Bridges is guarding who?
He doesn't guard the prolific players that Marcus Smart does as often as Marcus Smart does. As
you
often
know this how?
As Marcus
Are you
Smart
just
does.
saying this, bro?
As often.
It sounds like you're just saying this.
Okay, you can bitch and moan and cry about it all you want. He's not Defensive Player of the Year, point blank, period. That's it. That's just the reality.
We get that part, but what you're saying right now, it's not holding no water, bro. It's like he doesn't guard the prolific guys. Who's prolific that he's not guarding?
And again, you are literally doing what you hate people do. You don't say the whole thing. You're saying that he doesn't guard
the prolific guys night in and night out like Marcus Smart does.
His number one objective when he goes out, you're guarding the best player every single night. You let me know when Mikal Bridges does that. Oh, wait, you can't do that because he doesn't go and guard them every single night. If you say yes, I'm not trying to be rude. With all due respect, you're an idiot.
You know what? I'm gonna have you do every night after the Suns game, Jonathan. We're gonna come back to this conversation. We're gonna say who to Mikal guard tonight, and then we're gonna switch over to Boston. We're gonna say who to Marcus guard. We're gonna do it every night.
Yeah, Marcus is guarding KD and Kyrie.
We'll see. We're gonna do it every night. The whole playoffs.
He just did
the whole playoffs.
He just did that.
Bridges, man, he made a case because without him, like I said, without him, the Suns are not where they are right now.
I disagree.
Defense matters, Pride.
No, don't get it twisted. I understand defense matters. And I understand defense matters. But you're acting like he's the only defender on their team. So to plug him out and to pretend like they're all falling apart, I'm not with you on that one, Jonathan. Because the trail you're trying to go through, like that trail you're trying to build, is if Mikal Bridges isn't there, defensively, this team is falling apart.
He goes after loose balls. He recovers loose balls.
Oh my God! Are you an idiot? Marcus Smart does the same thing.
No. Hold on.
He literally made his name on hustling.
But Pride, hold on, because I think that what you're trying to say is that we're saying that Marcus doesn't do this.
No.
And hold on. Let me finish.
We're not dismissing. We're not
dismissing.
I'm sorry, dismissing any of that.
This is my first day back, and this is what y'all doing, bro.
We're just saying
this is my first day back, and this is what y'all doing.
We're saying
no, but listen, Pride.
Just as good, if not better.
I have asthma, bro. Ryan, I'm about to have asthma. These dudes about to kill me. I need to start bringing a pump to this show, man. These dudes.
Listen, because this is where I think that the conversation is different. I'm not saying that Marcus doesn't do any of this. You're saying Mikal doesn't, and that's where we're having this not meeting in the middle.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. See, you saying that shows you have not listened to a single word that I said.
But you're saying everything we say that McCall does, you're like, but Marcus does that too. And that's not
he
what we're
does
trying
it
to say.
better.
No,
This
he
year,
doesn't.
he's done it better.
How?
He's
How
done
has
it
he done it better? Because that's what
every single time
because he wears the green uniform.
who's on KD? Who's on KD every time
because he
plays
wears a green jersey, he's done it better.
actually Jason Tatum guards Kevin Durant a lot.
When they do picks and switch on him. Try it again, Jay. Please
But
try
Devin
again.
Booker wouldn't switch on Kevin Durant.
Try again.
McCall wouldn't allow him to switch.
Ron's been pretty quiet. Let's hear from him.
Because when they would switch him, then they would have Kyrie doing it. Like the game that Kyrie would play, they would have Kyrie still guarding them. And if it wasn't Kyrie, it was James Harden. So he's still guarding another prolific guy. What are you talking about? What
What were you saying, Ron?
Ron has nothing to say.
Well, so this is what I got out of this. Pride wants what's his name from Memphis?
Triple J.
No. The coach. I forget his name all the time.
Taylor Jenkins.
Pride, you got Taylor Jenkins, coach of the year.
Yes.
And you got, well, we don't worry about who we have for defense player of the year, but you're saying that Marcus hands down should have won that.
Yes.
Rookie of the year.
I gave it to Mobley.
I can't argue that. I
if you want to give it to Scotty Barnes, I don't care. That's fine.
Because Scotty did his thing. Because Scotty did do his thing.
That's what I'm saying. So if you want to give it to him, that's fine. You can't give it to Cade though.
I think Mobley changed the Cavs.
He did.
They did.
And you could.
He did.
But you can say the same thing about Scotty.
Right? Like you kind of can,
Ron.
You can.
Have you been watching Scotty lately?
You can say the same thing about Scotty.
If Scotty doesn't do it, Toronto ain't nothing.
Yeah, he's made
if Scotty don't do it, Toronto ain't nothing.
If we're gonna be honest,
yeah,
and that's a lot to say because you got Fred VanVleet was a bucket and Pascal Siakam, and
Siakam looks like recycled plastic.
If we're gonna be honest,
hey,
I don't care. I feel like Toronto was already a product. They had the team, they had how they wanted to play, they had everything already organized and put
so
together.
He's more of a product of the situation.
Right. He was the sugar. He was the sugar in the cake. He made him special, but Evan Mobley made the Cavs relevant.
Right.
See, okay, the only problem I have with the Evan Mobley thing is Darius Garland has been
both of them,
bruh. And then you had the Ricky Rubio session before he got hurt. Yep. Then you had Colin before he got hurt, and then Jared Allen stepped up this year. Like, I see more help on Cleveland than I've seen on Toronto. Like, I haven't seen anybody on Toronto like say, oh, from last year to this year, this guy he stepped up. What I've seen in Toronto is their players degressed. Van Fleet degressed this year. Siakam degressed this year. So to me, Scotty Barnes' elevation is what kept them on that same pillar.
I like that.
Like, because I love Evan Mobley. Don't get me wrong, but I also see that he has more help.
Right. By the way, I guess I'm just an insane lunatic because no one agrees with me here. So whatever. I'll be an insane.
Hey,
listen,
Pride, you win some, you lose some, bro.
I'll be. Listen, it don't matter. You know what? I had no problem losing here. You want to know why?
Because they won it. I get it.
I hate the Celtics with a passion, but I'm so happy for Marcus. I'm so shocked.
No.
You
stay over there.
Hold on.
You stay over there.
I told you that before we got into this conversation. Marcus Smart is legitimately one of my favorite players in the NBA. And the same reason why I like Russell Westbrook. Just their energy, bro. Their energy levels on the court, their heart that they put out. You can't deny that shit. I still love McCall Bridges. I still love my Phoenix Suns.
You can love them all you want. Love second place.
If I'm in the batter box, I'm still gonna hit the home run for Phoenix. We ain't hitting it from no fucking Boston. That's the show.
Go ahead. You can hit the home run, and guess what? It's a solo home run. You still lost 3-1. It's fine.
Man, don't be putting a solo on me, man. I got a team behind me.
I'm chilling. But to Ron's point, Garland did make the Cavs relevant. That's what I'm saying. For me, it's either Mobley or Scotty. Really up to you. I love Cade Cunningham. His second half was great.
Right.
Was great. I'm not taking it from him. But
actually, his fourth quarter, not even the whole second half, just the fourth quarter.
Yeah, his fourth quarter. Yeah, if we're gonna be honest. But the thing is, though, as great as it was, I'm not gonna then penalize two other guys who've been consistent all year.
Right.
I'm not gonna say, oh well, Scotty, look what he did the last few years. I don't think that's fair.
Right. I mean, Scotty's still playing.
Right. Well, again, I'm not even gonna mention the playoffs. I'm not gonna do that. But for me, it's like again, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, doesn't matter. I think it's gonna be close. Whoever you want, it's fine. Like I said, I gave it to Mobley. If you want to give it to Scotty, again, you can make the same argument that you make for Evan Mobley. You could literally make that same exact argument for Scotty Barnes.
You really could.
So it's really like whoever you want. I love Cade, but I don't think it should be in the conversation because, again.
So I have one more question.
Go ahead. You already know, Robert.
Does Brunson sneak in?
No.
Ron? John? So
No.
Jordan got it? So Jordan got it knocked?
For which one?
For six man.
I thought they were going to give it to Tyler Hero.
I hate that too.
I mean, thank you,
Well,
Ron.
well,
I
okay,
really
look.
do. I mean, like,
Listen, I hate it too. I do. But he's doing the same thing Lou Will did when he won his sixth man of the year when he was on the Clippers. When he's coming off the bench, but still playing in a massive, huge amount of minutes where it basically makes it just seem, you know what I mean? Like,
it's the sexy choice.
right. You know what I mean? Now, I'll be honest with you. If it was my vote, and if we're saying that we got to vote for like a true six man that you can only play like 25 minutes a game or something like that, I'm voting for Kevin Love. I don't know, man. Listen, I gotta listen, I might be throwing my vote away. I might be. But hey, yo, Kev, your boy with you. I vote Kevin Love, bro. I vote Kevin Love. Kevin Love is the epitome of a six man this year. His old ass can't play more than 20 minutes.
He's the nice man.
He can't penetrate no more, so he gotta just shoot jump shots. Pause. Can't do it no more. Epitome of a six man.
I've been thinking about it too. Name an NBA team who don't want Kevin Love on the roster.
Thank you.
Can't.
The only reason is just the
name
contract. That's it.
But he's not gonna be number 6. The motherfucker gonna be number 9.
Negative. No, he'll still be a six man for like 2 years.
I like Cam Johnson.
Who's he coming off the bench for? Yeah, me too, Jonathan. I like Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson should have been in there.
He's a lethal shooter. He should have
been in the top 3.
Ron.
He should have been in the top 3.
So you think Cam Johnson should have been top 3? Who does Cam Johnson play for again? Yo, these dudes just want to take it over. Yo, these Suns fans just want it all for themselves.
No, but let's be honest.
I'm not a Suns fan. I'm just keeping it real. I'm saying.
But let's break it down. Let's break it down. And I'll tell you why this comes out this way. Because you won't hear me talk like this on a regular basis year after year. I didn't say this type of shit last year. But no, I didn't. The only thing that I threw in the thing last year was Coach of the Year. That was it. So
rumor
again,
it's something else. That's a rumor going around.
Hey, everything's recorded. We can go back.
Right, my bad. You got a coach. My fault. That's on me.
So again though, when we look at this, we had 64 wins this year in a very strong Western Conference. And looking at that, you got to look at our team and be like, there's some worthy guys playing on the roster, and where did they fit in? Why are we better than everybody else? Okay, we do have a 6 man of the year candidate, which if you really want to speak about it, Cam Johnson could have been starting for 30 teams in the NBA right now. Bro, Cam Johnson can start for 30 teams.
I don't.
He has improved in every statistical
30.
Dude, I can go through and say he can start. You know the other thing about Cam Johnson? He could play 2 through 4. He could play 2 through 4. Bro, he athletically he can hang with any position. He's long as hell. He can defend any position.
Mm-hmm.
He can shoot. He can shoot the lights out with anybody.
Nah, I won't go that far, but go ahead.
No, Cam Johnson shooting wise, bro. Shooting wise, bro, he's
You
one of the best in the league.
You haven't watched a lot of Suns games, have you?
I have.
So then what's wrong with Cam? What are his deficiencies?
I like no. See, people like you, this is what y'all do. Y'all ask for deficiency. He's a jack of all trades. He's a solid guy. Yeah, he does everything good, nothing great. Which is
shooting's great. His shooting's great.
No, I wouldn't even. I would call it very good. I wouldn't call it great.
What do you say is great shooting then? Because I mean, dog, he's like one of the best shooters in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Like, no, and
that's
outside of me being a Phoenix fan.
And Jay, he has improved in every statistical
category. And honestly, Pride, that's me not being a Suns fan. This dude,
whatever. Cam Johnson, 6 man of the year. Whatever.
No,
Cam Johnson, 6 man of the year.
I didn't say Cam Johnson should win 6 man of the year.
It's not your strong suit at all.
I think he should.
Because you swear just because he's on the Phoenix Suns that this dude's all of a sudden great. Like, stop it. Like, being a 30 and he's a starter on all 30 teams. Smoking. That's straight up. That's lunacy. That's lunacy.
I really want to
lunacy.
That.
And that right there is straight. That's the equivalent of me saying, "Hey, yo,
bro, a new career high in points scored,
bro." Like, no. Now would he get minutes for a lot of teams?
Rebounding. He's gotten better in assists.
To sit here and pretend that, and I get it, Jonathan. He gotten better everywhere. That's fine. I do understand. However, that doesn't mean the guy's a starter on all 30
He comes off the bench and he's a spark plug. He provides a spark for the Phoenix Suns.
This is Pride. So this is what I was saying about what he has improved on, bro. He shot 43% from 3 this year. He shot 46% from the field goal. He shot 46% from the field goal line.
He didn't improve.
So hold on. That's not what I'm saying either. So listen to me. Listen, let me finish my sentence so you can understand, because I think you're making it out to seem like I'm trying to push him as the 6 man of the year. I think he's in the top 3. I still think Jordan Clarkson probably wins it.
Jordan Clarkson's not winning it though, bro.
Well, Jordan
they're gonna give it to Hero.
Jordan or Tyler. We just talked about that, but you get where I was coming from.
They're gonna give it to Tyler Hero simply just because of the fact that it's the same thing that they did for Lou Will. The dude is playing like so many minutes that like as a 6 man you literally can't catch up.
I agree with you there.
You can't catch up.
But I think Johnson should be the guy. But you're right. They're gonna give it to Tyler.
I honestly think that if I'm picking out of the 3 that I just named, I still would give it to Jordan Clarkson. I think he means more to Utah and their scoring and their success.
A year ago,
does.
A year ago, like he won it last year. A year ago, he won.
But this year he hasn't been consistent enough for me. I'm talking about
Jordan.
He hasn't, bro. Bro, there's been a lot of dry spells for him where people were looking at him funny.
Can I ask you a question though? Because I honestly think Utah, a lot of that shit was because of Donnie and fucking Rudy and all that shit going on back there. I honestly do, because you're right. There was time periods in Utah where it looked like they weren't even in.
But you got to remember though, like regardless if that's it or not, when it comes to these awards, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm not taking that from him. I'm just talking about Jordan Clarkson personally.
Well, maybe
not about the award part.
Even so, if anything, the way Jordan Clarkson is, and the way he's always wanted more minutes. So, if anything, it should be a blessing.
He should have thrived,
because if he thrives, then in his mind, he could try to trick himself into saying, "Hey, look, they'll get rid of Donovan Mitchell. Spot opens up. I slide in, and we could be good."
That goes back to what Ron was saying. You trade Donovan, you already got Jordan.
I mean,
I wouldn't. I
wouldn't do it, but I get your point, though. I do get your point. Where like from where they're concerned, we still got a guy who can do his thing. By the way, I just want to
do something.
Clarify something. Pride, you said Daniel Tice would fill in the role for Gobert. Did I say he would?
No. Yes, you actually did. In the context of the conversation, we were referring to the fact that if Rudy Gobert was moved from that team, there would be such a big hole to fill. But Pride said that he wouldn't be against filling that role with Daniel Theis because he would still be able to work into that offense and still kind of keep things functioning.
What did I say prior to that? I said if they get Gobert, they're gonna have to have a big, like multiple big men fill the void.
But that's what I said. Daniel Theis. You said Daniel Theis would you wouldn't be opposed to filling that role with Daniel Theis because he would be able to get that hustle, Give you
And
some
again, I'm not
defense.
just saying just him. I'm talking about a whole slew of men, like what the
Yeah.
Lakers did and what you guys are. I'm not gonna say kind of what you guys are doing, right? Like you
Well,
got a
it's just
solid,
like when you brought up Hassan Whiteside in that, like we talked about. Just
Right.
there's different ways to fill his gap. We're not going to get the same production from one
right,
guy.
but there's ways you can kind of stop the flooding.
Right.
Right. Nate also said, Jay has a point. Suns have the best record in the NBA. So why do they not have an award on their team this year? Well,
And that's just my point. And that goes back to probably what I was saying. It's not about me saying that we should take every category, but with us having such a good year and us rolling in the way that we have, it's not like we had a whole bunch of close games, bro. We were beating teams down.
Right.
And so with that being said, yeah, we should have a few more of these guys, maybe not winning, but they should be in those finalist categories.
So
It
if you
makes no
said that,
sense.
okay, so if you let it off with that, okay, then fine.
That's the narrative I was driving. I wasn't
Okay.
saying that we should win every category. I'm saying that there's no way that Cam Johnson, with the success that we've had and what he's done, there's no way he's not in the finalist category for that. McCall Bridges, that was righteous. He was a finalist. Marcus Smart won. I believed he should have. McCall Bridges should have won, but I can't fight that. He was in the finalists. Coach of the year, I'll fight that till I freaking go to the casket. That's Monty. Period.
Facts.
That's Monty.
Who
And
said facts?
Ron said facts.
Who said facts? Ron?
Facts.
Who else want to disagree with me? Who else want to disagree with me? Oh no, I get it.
No, but outside of that, rookie of the year, we don't have none of that. Fucking defensive player of the year, we talked about that. I mean, MVP, I still think you gotta have one of our guys in there. There's no fucking way we have the best record in the NBA. We have 64 fucking wins, and we don't have an MVP caliber candidate.
Y'all gonna get
That don't make no sense.
on the all NBA teams.
Oh, which one? Oh,
Devin Booker and Chris Paul should be second all NBA.
Second?
Yeah, they can get the guard spots.
Wow. Second?
where you got him?
Me?
Mhm.
I
At
think
least
you can make
third.
I think you said at least third?
Yeah.
I feel like third is just a participation award. Relax, bro. Like woosah, brother. Relax. If you want to say CP3 second, fine. Devin Booker's not first, though.
Thank you.
I mean,
Well, Ja gets one of those spots.
okay, so you put him at the one.
Devin
Now
at
Devin
two.
Booker at the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's it.
And the only way I can argue this is if you put Luka at 2.
And I
And
wouldn't
then
even
I'm
put Luka at
arguing
2.
why are you putting Luka at 2?
I wouldn't even put Luka at 2.
Didn't
That's what I'm
DeMar
saying.
have a better season than Devin Booker?
No,
Not as consistent enough, so he's at 2.
because in the beginning of the year it was Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, mine would be
I like
Ja.
Booker putting guard.
If I have to do it,
Who
now,
else would I put at guard?
You talking about for first team?
Period. I don't even know. It has to be Booker. The only way you could do it is Ja. These are my point guards. Ja, Luka,
Book.
Chris.
Yep. Book.
Ja, Luka, Chris.
Well, because they don't even do point guards anymore. They just label them as guards.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So you could just put.
But
like,
if I did point guards, that'd be
oh,
Ja,
so you're
Luka,
talking about
Chris.
specific point guards. Damn.
Yeah, if I did a point guard thing, it'd be Ja, Luka, Chris. If I did
mean,
two
think about it.
guards,
Devin Booker,
DeMar,
DeMar, Donovan
and
Mitchell.
then no,
No.
You wouldn't even put Donovan Mitchell this year?
not all NBA. He didn't do enough on defense.
Wow.
This is a two-sided award.
I think he did enough on defense.
Jimmy Butler overall.
At least I'm not talking about
I would
first team.
pick
I'm
Jimmy
talking
over.
about
I would put Chris Middleton up there,
Would you really?
Donovan, though?
not over Donovan. I can't put him over Donovan. I can't put him over Donovan.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
What do you put Brooks? Brooks should be somewhere in this conversation, maybe third team. Brooks had a year.
I think
We're talking about the top 15 players.
But see, it's
but you gotta
weird.
remember, this is not top. No, though.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not top 15 players.
it's not,
It's not. It's not
It's
top 15
not,
players.
It's
'Cause-
not, bro.
Because there's going to be
Listen, I love Chris Paul. He's not a top 15 player right now.
no, but he's all NBA.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my
Right.
point. Like, he deserves to be an all NBA, but he's not a top 15 player anymore. You know what I mean? But he don't get it twisted. He still deserves to be there.
Hold on. Can we address this?
Yeah, I still don't get why Luka isn't in the MVP talks after everything he's done. Yeah, I get what Joker has done, but if that was the case, why is the Joker the scoring champ instead Embiid is?
So scoring champ is not a vote.
Fat and overweight.
Hold on. Wait, before you start that, Ron. Before you start that, Rod, stop. Hold on. Let's clarify first thing first. We do not vote on a scoring champion. We do not vote on a scoring champion. Okay?
Ooh. Say that one more time.
First of all, we do not vote on a scoring champion. A scoring champion is stats. It's period.
Really? I didn't know
Yes.
that. Thank you for
You don't vote
educating
on it's stats.
Jonathan, that's
What
true.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What you finish with?
At my guy.
Huh?
I said I feel like you're coming at my guy.
Who?
The scoring champion.
No,
No.
no. I'm putting him in his fucking statue. I'm cementing his goddamn statue. This ain't no vote.
He won the
Embiid
scoring
did that
champ.
shit. Embiid did that shit. There ain't no vote. You know what I'm saying? So before we go further, Embiid is the scoring champion. There's no vote. There's no your opinion, my opinion. That shit's done.
Okay.
Embiid is a scoring champion. He does that. He did it. Now, as far as the Luka talk, we can't have Luka discussed as the MVP. His team is not MVP caliber candidates. You know what I mean? Like the people that are talking about MVP, their teams are in the caliber. Now, I know you're about to say Denver. Denver has two of their best players missing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still in the
Yep.
correct, and they're still in the top echelon of the beasts in the NBA.
Right.
So when I look at Luka, yeah, he's done a lot, bro. Luka is the MVP of his team, but Luka is not performing better than Embiid. Luka hasn't performed better than Jokic.
Nope.
Luka hasn't performed better than there's a few other guys. And when I put it like that, his team is not better than them either. So there's no way to put Luka up on the echelon of a Jokic, a Embiid, a Jason Tatum,
So I'm about to fight for Luka.
a Devin Booker, because these guys not only are they overperforming on all the guys we just mentioned, but their team is also doing that.
Jokic is the MVP.
No, he's not. But we'll get into that in a minute.
I thought about it.
Why is
Hey,
he? He's done it without two of his.
Up until yesterday, I was with Jonathan. I was against Jonathan up until yesterday. Then I looked at Jokic stats.
Oh, you said Jokic. I thought you
Embiid
said
stats.
Embiid. I thought you said
No,
Embiid.
Jokic is hands down.
Oh yeah,
He's
no,
hands down MVP.
this should be. It should
It's
be
a wrap.
unanimous.
It's a shoo-in.
It should be unanimous. Look, I want to defend Luka a little bit. Now, do I have him as the MVP? No, I do have him relatively in the conversation, probably around 5th, maybe, right?
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because, so you said that this team isn't, that good. They're the 4th seed, right? Joel Embiid, who is, basically behind, or in some people's eyes, in front of Jokic to get the MVP award. The Mavs have a better record than them.
And
So you can't sit there and say that, oh yeah, you can't count him. Because if they're not better, then that means he's solo dolo carrying them, which is even more of a testament to Luka Doncic being in the conversation.
but
See what I'm saying?
yeah, because I don't want to sway you off of your thing.
I got a dip.
All right, John, we about to
Jonathan,
be out
you
of here
say,
too
bro?
in a minute.
All right.
I don't want to sway what you're saying, probably, but I want to ask you this portion of it, because you're going on a tangent in the right direction. But
Right.
with that being said, you don't put extra kudos in the package of Jokic because there's no Jamal Murray and there's no Michael Porter Jr.
Of course. Like I said, I've been screaming this for a while now. In my eyes, Jokic is the unanimous MVP. And every other guy who said, oh, whether or not you want to give this award to Embiid or anything like that, I've always said this. Jokic leads his team in all 5 statistical categories. Solo dolo has his team out of the play-in. And Philly is 51 and 30 and 31. The Nuggets are only a couple games back. So it's not like they have a 7-game lead in front of them. it's only a few games. Couple that with the fact that without like the PR, last time I checked, the PR was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like when he's off the court, they're like a their differential was like a minus 70 something.
Is LeBron off first team this year?
This year?
Barely third.
Third?
I have him second or third.
I
Because
have
of
him a
the
solid
injuries.
second. I have him a solid second. And I'm bringing that up because Rob has LeBron in the first. He has Ja. Look, I don't like your five, ja, Rob.
He said
I
Ja,
can't do that.
Luka, Giannis,
I can't do it.
LeBron, and Embiid.
Luka gotta go. LeBron gotta go.
No,
Giannis and Embiid are there.
DeMar on the first team.
Who? DeMar?
Rosen, yeah.
DeMar?
But where's Devin?
I was about to say, brother, like
I think Devin's over DeMar this year. I mean, it's an argument. You're not wrong. I can't say you're wrong, and I can't say it's blasphemy, but I honestly put in it, and this is what goes back to my MVP talks, guys. How the fuck does Devin Booker not get on MVP and not first team? This is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. How do we not have a fucking all NBA first team player?
Because they're second.
Shut up, Ron.
wait, what Ron, what'd you say, Ron?
Because they're fucking second.
I can't stand you.
I
Ron,
can't
okay.
stand him.
I have a better season than DeMar DeRozan, man. Stop it.
Yes,
Who
he did.
Devin Booker didn't?
Devin
From start
Booker
to
had-
finish. From fucking start to finish. From
Devin
game
Booker
one to
had a-
game.
Booker went down and got injured. Did DeMar?
Yes.
DeMar missed like 10 games.
Yes. I think they missed around the same time.
If I ain't mistaken. If anything, I think Book missed probably like a game or two more. If
No,
that.
but wasn't it in the same time period? Wasn't it right before fucking Christmas? Weren't they both out?
I don't even remember DeMar.
Maybe. It
I
could have
think they
been.
might even miss the same block of time, bro. Like,
Devin is second team.
this is blasphemy.
Now
I gotta
again,
go to work after this.
I just want to say one thing. Y'all know how much I love LeBron.
I don't even
I'm
want to talk about
probably
LeBron.
the
I'm hurt.
biggest LeBron fanboy here.
I'm hurt. No, can we just talk about
But-
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady and just skip
Junior.
LeBron?
But to put LeBron as all NBA first team
It's blasphemy.
and to ignore the fact that he missed a solid chunk of the season, like,
And his team is not in the
Blasphemy.
playoffs. It's just no.
well, I honestly, when it comes to all NBA, I don't look at playoffs. I don't look at the
No.
team's position. That's
You're
just
talking about an
me.
individual player.
Right. I'm talking about straight up alone. Straight up.
Because you got
by
to, because
himself.
this is how they get their contracts too.
Right.
Like, we can't double up on everything, bro.
Exactly. So in this instant, I treat all NBA like the regular season award. It's straight regular season.
And this is why Devin Booker deserves All NBA, because he deserves to have that super max when it comes up. He put his fucking foot in the dirt this year.
Well, hold on, because he said because they are all great together. But here's my thing: Devin Booker been hooping for how long?
Well, Devin Booker went out and the Suns didn't lose a step.
Okay, and CP3 went out,
And they didn't
and
lose a
they
step.
were fine.
Exactly. So that's their biggest demerit.
How's that a demerit, though? Explain.
Thank you, Pride, because I'm over here.
I'm very curious. Like, if you have two guys who can carry the load when the other one is missing, how is that a knock? Jay,
Because
question: how can you not keep Booker? How can you not keep Booker out?
Their impact the same way with Ja Morant when they talk about how the Grizzlies was so good without him.
Okay, hold on. How can you? Real quick, leave it up. I want to touch on your point. You said about the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies don't have anyone other than John Morant.
Yes, they do. They have Brooks. They got.
I'm talking about on the
Grizzlies.
same level that you can compare, like CP3 and Devin Booker.
I mean, yeah, but
I'm talking about in that.
They don't
type
have a
of category.
superstar
That's what
outside
I'm
of
saying.
John Morant, right?
I don't even think they even have another star.
Yeah, they do. Brooks.
You
He
think
just
Brooks is
hasn't
a star?
Yes, he just hasn't broken out yet.
But you got to break out to be a star.
No, I mean when I say breaking out, I mean like people don't know who he is yet.
Okay, so you're talking about in terms of talent, he broke out, but in terms of the casual fan,
they don't know who he is yet. And that's why he was able to do what he. That's why Memphis was able to go on the way they were when Ja was out.
Okay, all right, that's more palatable. All right, that's okay. Got it. All right. I'm not mad at you with that. Okay, cool.
Because Jaren Jackson, and like TJ said, Jaren Jackson didn't come back until after Ja was already back, and then everything was already. But it was Jaren Jackson was later on in the year. They had already went through all their trials and tribulations, and when Jaren came back, Jaren was added to
Triple J
it.
missed time too?
Fuck yeah, Triple J didn't come back to
I thought you told me it was only John Morant.
No, we didn't even mention Triple J. No, we didn't even mention Triple J because Triple J wasn't even there last year. He was hurt last year.
Interesting. How the turntable? It's just me being petty and immature.
I thought we already had that understood.
I know. I was just being immature. You know me. I want you to bring up because there was one
thing
you wanted
Rob.
to touch on, bro. There's one
Get
thing
well, man, so we can get back to arguing over here.
Yeah, hold on. You wanted to touch on this, Jay.
Yes. So listen. You got like if you think about every championship or Super Bowl or World Series, anything that you look at that's a major title in sports, there's always a 1-2 punch. So don't come at me and try to negate what Devin Booker has done because he has a tag team partner. Batman had Robin.
Right.
All of them have it.
What?
Now,
no. And don't even get it twisted, bro, because life got so hard, motherfuckers made the Justice League. They had to make the Avengers because it was so hard. So I ain't knocking a dude for
who got the tag team partner.
Right, and you're saying Chris Paul was carrying most of the season.
No,
I disagree. I don't think so.
They play well. They rub off on each other really well. Quarters 1 through 3 is Devin Booker. When we enter the fourth quarter,
then it's Chris Paul time. And mind you, when it's Chris Paul time, it's not just him looking to get a bucket. It's just him. If he gets a bucket, great. But there's still times in the fourth quarter he still passes it to Devin Booker because it's the right play. So it's not like,
and Devin still will splash you for 15 in the fourth.
It's right. So when you say that, the normal mind goes, "Oh, you see, they don't depend on him in the fourth quarter." And it's really not even that at all. It's just when you give the ball to Chris Paul, he sees things, and there are times he's still hitting Book.
One thing that people always forget to, and they leave out, is because we talk shit when we got two stars that can't play together. We talk shit this whole year about Russell and LeBron not being able to play together.
Yep.
But we can't give them kudos for saying, man, two prolific motherfuckers that need the ball, that can dominate the ball, that can do whatever the fuck they want, and they're playing together. Like, I just don't get the fans how we are like, oh, those motherfuckers can't play together. But we got two people playing together, and we don't want to motherfucking put them on a pedestal and love what we're watching.
They deserve to be on a pedestal. They deserve it. They deserve to be on a pedestal. Real quick, Ron, what is your first team All-NBA? Before we head on out of here, what is your first team All-NBA? Because I'm curious now.
I got a dip, guys. Before you go, Ron, it was a pleasure.
Thanks
for having me back on.
Giannis, be safe, bro. Say it one more time, Ron.
Ja, Luka, DeMar, Giannis, Embiid.
Okay. I want you to write that down because we're gonna have a conversation about it, and later down the road, we're gonna have a conversation, and when we have that conversation, bro, I want you to bring that up.
We should put Embiid and Joker on the first team, but the NBA won't let us.
I bet they will. I bet you a shiny penny they will. Because in my opinion, there are 3 spots taken up. The 2 forward, like the 2 big man positions, that's taken up by Jokic and Embiid, right? And then
3.
I don't even know if Giannis is even third. Like I'm like taking that last spot. Like I don't even know. Like I got
the second team.
You said what?
So you're gonna move Giannis to second team?
I don't know. There's 3 spots taken. Jokic, Embiid, they're there, and Devin Booker. Outside of that other guard spot, I'm open to hearing Luka Doncic. I'm open to hearing John Morant. And when it comes to this other spot, I know it's easy to all just sneak in this dude, Giannis. Are we gonna sit here and ignore Kevin Durant? Are we gonna sit here and pretend like Karl Anthony Towns hasn't been hooping? Like, damn, Ron is saying, "Yup, we're ignoring them, all right." I'm just saying those are some of the conversations that I'm kind of thinking in the back of my head, like, you know what I mean? Like, and by the way, if either Jokic or Embiid is on second team, it's probably gonna be the one who didn't win MVP.
Right. I feel like it goes Embiid or Joker and then Cat. Our 3 best big men.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 110%. By the way, this I might get some hate for this, but DeAndre Ayton, is he number 4?
Should have never been drafted over Luka and. Oh, okay, that's not where you were going.
No. No. Matter of fact, if we go back in time, draft him twice over Luka. He fits.
No, he doesn't.
Fits. Ron, we've had this conversation before. When you draft for talent. I draft based on what I got. Like, if I got nothing, then I'm going for the best guy. But I
don't have to debate you because the Suns made my point for me. They didn't give my man his contract. He's still waiting. His own team.
No, that didn't make your point. If anything,
who do the Suns have to pay right now? Nobody. Devin Booker.
Who are they gonna have to pay?
Name someone on the Suns that should be paid. Well, if Jay Ness was still here, he'd be like McCall. I don't know why he keeps calling him McCall Bridges. I swear he was saying everybody's in Rome on purpose.
I think he was too. But I'm gonna say this right now. When I'm gonna get him back in here. Matter of fact, you know who I want to hear one day? So that way you can ask Evan. Because he run by the way, if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, or Arizona Cardinals, everything, all things Arizona, he's on Fire Podcast on ASAP Sports. Definitely give him a check out. But Evan, if you want to ask 2 guys, ask Jay and Evan, because they'll like Evan breaks down like their spending and so whatnot, and I'm just like, dude, are you like a GM on the low? What is going on? Like, you know what I mean? But I do think there's a couple guys they gotta pay. Don't they gotta pay Mikal Bridges still?
He's on a rookie contract, and
I think so. So they're gonna have to give him an extension. I know Chris Paul's getting paid.
I honestly hate talking about Mikal because the Sixers gave him up for a bag of chips and a hoagie.
Good. Fuck Philly. Good. Philly sucks, bro. I can't wait.
Sucks drafting. Yeah, they don't know what to do with their pick.
Bro, I can't. Oh my god. All I want right now is next year, I want Brooklyn to sweep Philly with Ben Simmons playing. So Ben Simmons, and on top of that, I want Philly to have the higher seat.
That story has already happened last year.
I don't care. No, not that. I want because I want to end on Philly. No, I want Nets to have home court advantage. I want them to sweep. And so when they sweep, Ben Simmons can just stand in the middle of the court, just looking at them while they boom. You can just look and go.
Yeah, now. Man. This dude got rest in peace, Liliana, on his report.
But Ron, thank you for being here, bro. It's always a pleasure.
I got to roll ASAP.
Said, no doubt, Philly cheesesteak hoagie. But on behalf of everyone who was here, thank you all for being here. It was fun. It was a pleasure. As always, it is your boy Pride. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central to talk all things sports. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
Whole sports, all plays. Yeah. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. 5, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.